Let's rock and roll.
All right, so welcome to the Unconsenting Governed. I am AJ.
And I am Nova.
And what is going on with our boy PETA? PETA's running for his life. What's going on?
PETA, PETA, Punkanita. That's exactly how I hear it too.
Yeah, PETA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to hear he's running away. Like, let's be honest, because
I think they realized the writing is on the wall.
you guys have done some shit, and that's what you get.
Well, part of me thinks that they realize that. Well, okay, so I don't know if they've run a racket the whole time and they realize that the jig is up and that their days are numbered. Or
that very well could be.
Or are they just trying to expand into a new market? Because they are billionaire grifting fucks. So,
yeah, no, that's very possible. I was more concerned. Like, I mean, I know there has been conversation about that, like the possibility of them trying to move on to the next place, but. I don't know. Like, I still think he's scared shitless, especially with the way they've been talking lately about, what they've been, like they've been really pushing like the anti-gay stuff lately.
Yeah, and which is weird coming from PETA.
Right, because PETA's on the list, you know.
He is.
So
he's one of us gender people, like one of us.
Yeah,
what did they call him in The Handmaid's Tale? I forget what it was. Gender traitor or something like that. I don't remember.
That sounds about right.
It was some term, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's all like, "Oh, I'm not invited to the Cool Kids Club anymore," or what's going on.
I don't know if it's that, but here's the thing. You combine PETA all of a sudden being in Argentina. You combine JD saying, I don't know if I'm going to run in 2028. You know, you can continue to pee on us and tell us it's rain, but we're going to figure it out. And part of me is wondering if we are reaching the stage where, you know, they're going to tuck tail and get the heck out of, get the heck out of Dodge. Sorry, you just saw my...
Oh, you're fine.
My corner storage area. It's all my parents' crap from their house.
Oh, you're fine. I was just... my cat decided, like, I'm going to come downstairs right now and meow.
Of course.
I don't know if you could... That's like,
that's
seriously?
Okay. I have a cat too. I get how they are. They can be jerks. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what... I don't know. I don't know what the motive is. I don't know. Just seems awfully weird and not really at the time of year to go to Argentina. Granted, I don't really know what Argentina's weather's like either. Like I say that I know, but I don't.
I was like, I don't really know weather patterns in Argentina. I do know that they are, you know. I mean, I know you got friends in places. Does it matter?
I don't know. Like I feel like. I don't know. I feel like Argentina was a choice for a reason.
Yes. Follow the rat lines.
Well, there's rat lines, but there's also what we've found.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's one of those where it's like, I don't know, are we recreating the end of the Third Reich, or are we trying to find new and creative ways to expand into new markets for the fuckery? I don't know.
I mean, it's a good possibility. I mean, let's be honest. We're kind of just stuck listening and watching, you know, the Iran videos, Lego videos, to figure out what the fuck's actually going on in the world.
True.
So anything is possible at this point. Like, have they made one yet? I don't think so.
No, but who's the dude that's in Argentina again?
Oh, what's his name? I have that here. I made notes because I knew I would never remember his name.
Yeah, I know, because he's a weird freaking dude. Like, homie is a weird dude.
What's his name? Too far.
Bolsonaro? Is that it? No. As I know, it's not Maduro because he was. Well, he's here now.
He's chilling in his jumpsuit.
Right. He's got that tracksuit that we. By the way, do we think he's still alive? By the way, no one has seen or heard from that man.
Xavier is his first name. Milei.
Melee. Yes,
Melee.
melee. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, I honestly don't know what to think about. If he's still here or if he's not still here. Like the way that whole thing went down, they took him for a reason, and I don't think it was to throw him in jail.
Oh no, I think it was to steal his oil, but
Oh, I think they're. I do we know if they were actually Like they weren't actually enemies. That was just the
Maduro?
well.
No.
Yeah.
No, we weren't enemies. They were trying to get to. I think this is what I think. I think that the Iran plot was already made. I think that they needed a backup oil supply. That's why he was so hell bent on stealing that Venezuelan oil. And when it didn't go through, I think that's when he realized he was FUCKED. Like, for real. I think that's why he was staring out the window in mid press conference because he realized that we're going to run out of oil. We're not going to be able to take the strait like he wants to take the strait. Or really, BB wants to take the strait. Let's be for real. BB wants to take the strait.
Right.
So we know that he works for him. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. In my head, I am mental, and so here's the other distinction and distinguishing we need to make. When I ask if he was the enemy, I don't mean the U.S. I mean Trump, because they're very, very different right now. Different rules apply
yeah,
from historical background. So, like, if they were buddies because he was an island man, like, did they take him so that something else didn't happen to him and he could just chill in peace on another island somewhere or something?
could be. I mean, I'm not saying. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's complicated. Like with so many, there's layers now. Like,
We're
it's like an
all
onion.
ogres at this point.
It was like an onion.
Yes, exactly.
Like, oh my god.
Exactly.
But like, I don't know. Like, I thought early on that they were gonna run to Argentina. I figured it would be Argentina. Not only do you have the historical precedents, but it's in the southern hemisphere. We don't have an as far as I know, we don't have an extradition clause, or it's hard. In other words, like they can. I remember I actually looked this up. You cannot extradite for political reasons. What? Hold on. I'm sorry. I hear screaming.
No, that's okay. I heard it too. I didn't want you
Let
to.
me go find out. Hold on.
Yeah, be safe. All right. And Dylan, you're on the live too. Can you tell us if we sound okay from that account? We're good on the other two. Just a thumbs up emoji's fine. Oh. Okay, cool. Thank you. Just checking.
So yeah. So my spouse has a motorcycle, and he has to test it every year. That's what he's doing. So she
Gotcha.
was screaming because Daddy just went past on his motorcycle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I mean, those are the good times, let's be honest.
It is. I just wish she would stop screaming in the front yard right by the window that I'm at. And that would be my husband on his motorcycle. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. The one
Wear a
that I bought
helmet.
him a helmet and he won't wear. Yeah. That one.
Oh, gee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Trust me, we've had that fight. Oh, we've had that fight. So.
That's a fight that like it's honestly a thing. So like my dad had a motorcycle when he was well, okay, let me go back. My dad didn't have the motorcycle. My uncle had the motorcycle. My dad rode it, and he was fine on it for a long time. He'd play around with ever. And one day he took off on it, and someone pulled out, and he had to put it down
Yeah.
and scraped like the side of his head to the point where like his hair never really grew back in like this region.
Oh wow.
Um, and that was like BC before kids. My
Oh.
dad decides at like I don't know, like maybe 60 that he's gonna get another motorcycle.
Oh no.
Well, it started. Okay, let me go back. It started. My brother got a like a Vespa,
Yeah.
and so my he ended up moving out of state, and my dad was like, "I'll take that," and then that got that urge again for the motorcycle, so he was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna do it."
Right.
Well, I was like, "Fine, go get a helmet," and so my dad did. He was faithful for his helmet, but he had to have him special ordered because his head was so big. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like
that's the best. That's the best part of the story. But my younger brother, tried it on, and he got it to about like here, and it got stuck. And I'm like, motherfucker, my dad had a special order it to a big size,
oh
and then my brother got stuck
Jesus.
here.
Oh
I'm
my
like, that dude's
god.
head's enormous.
Yeah.
Well, and then he's got like neck pains, and he kept saying like, I don't know what's wrong with my neck, and we kept telling him like he didn't really have one, but it wasn't because he was chubby. It's because his head's too big, and it just like
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's probably rocking a 9-pound head, you know? Like,
he really is. That's what like he went to a doctor and a chiropractor or something. They're like, well, because your head's too big, it weighs too much.
yeah.
It's it pinches your spine. But anyway, then you talk about helmets. That's like the first thing that happens in my head.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I like how on the other chat, somebody, Tabby, said that the children are allowed that. That's one child. That's mine. Yeah,
It's
that was just the
fine.
one. Then halfway through, I realized I had the mic on, and I was like, let me just put that in my hand before I'm like, stop screaming, like like the
You're
crazed mom that I am. Um, but yeah, so we've been working behind the scenes on some stuff. So today we are not up on the current events. That's because it's for a good reason, but I didn't really see much going on in the news. Of course, I was at work today.
There were a couple big stories. I know, like Trump has been having a meltdown
Oh,
about everything that's going on
well, that's
because
fun.
of. I mean, his birthday party has turned out to
Mm,
be a bust. Everybody has.
yeah.
Well, I don't. Not everybody has canceled on him. I think Vanilla Ice is still in,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe two others.
No, it's really. I think it's just Vanilla Ice because
At
we've
this
been
point,
tracking it in the other chat, and Millie Vanilli, who I thought was dead, by the way. Um,
and who I thought would be a perfect candidate for this. I mean,
right, exactly.
honestly.
if if there was ever a musical act that kind of embodied the Trump, vibe, it's probably Millie Vanilli. But
Right. That's
dude,
what I
who
thought.
remembers that behind the music? Can I just date myself there?
You, we're cool. We're on the
Yeah.
same plane. It's all
Hmm.
good.
I
I used
remember
to
that
have
one.
like I remember the we had the cassette single, like
Hmm.
the AB flip side. Yeah. I think we got it from Pop
Nice.
Tarts.
What?
Does that sound right? Yeah, like
I
I
don't
got it in
know.
like a Pop Tarts thing. Like you used to be able to send it. That'll be a
Oh,
deep dive for later. Do
yeah.
you?
I bet.
Is
I
it ringing?
bet. I maybe
Okay.
because I feel like Box Tops for Education was very similar, but I want to say Pop Tarts had its own little thing, and Mountain Dew
Yeah.
had one
Okay.
for a while. Like they all had
Mountain
like they all gave
Mountain
away
Dew was
shit.
the best. Mountain Dew was the best. I said I got a skateboard, so I was happy.
Well, and like they used to do that shit all the time, and now it's like they're like, oh, we don't have the profits for like you're making bank, assholes.
See,
Kool Aid points. Tabby said she did the
yes,
Kool Aid points. Yep.
we did Kool-Aid points too. Yeah, with the little cups with the Kool-Aid man on them. They were like
Hmm.
clear, like opaque, I guess would be like they didn't have colors to them though, but until you
Well,
put whatever juice color you had in it.
well, I remember there's one gimmick thing that I had from Hardee's that it's a good thing I don't still have them because I pitch them. And I had the Garfield cups that are that are radioactive. or they're
Nice.
or they're filled with lead. That's what it is. They're
Uh,
lead paint. Yep, it was the lead paint. Yeah, I drank out of that for years.
yeah, we had. I mean, we
Oh
had all
fuck.
that stuff too. Like, because my aunt, what she's the same aunt that's a collector. She's a collector of everything, always has been. But she used to get the little Hardee's cups, but she also do the McDonald's cups, and she'd do like was it like the Garfield in the like the peanut butter jars or the jelly jars? Do you remember?
Maybe.
Yeah, like anything that, but they like people would use them as cups or whatever afterwards. But yeah, like
Yeah,
we had all that stuff because if she got doubles, she'd just give them over to us.
yeah.
But same thing with like any of the McDonald's kids meal, Happy Meal toys. Anything she got doubles of, she'd give over. It's like we got the doubles, we didn't get the originals, but
You're
we'll
right.
take it because it was free toys.
Well, and
And
like, oh, go
my
ahead.
youngest, my cousin, her kids. Um, I say my cousin Jay is like 20 years older than I am, so she couldn't give it to them.
Yeah, they're probably a little bit old for that. One of the first gimmicks that I remember was Hardee's had the dancing raisins because my dad was like, "We gotta go get them," and we're like, "What?" But that was so super big. Tabby said she liked the pitcher.
Oh, the Kool Aid had a picture, yeah.
Yeah, Kool Aid. I
Yeah,
just
because
like
it was
the
very similar to like the Tupperware, like, but it
yes,
was like
yeah,
rounder.
yeah. I just remember on Family Guy, it's like Kool Aid baby, like what was it where you'd be like no, or what was it? What was his gimmick? Now I can't think of it. Shit, I just had it.
He
Where it
would
was
just, oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
when he
it's a,
jumped through the
oh
wall.
yeah, and then he busts through the wall, and they're like, oh no,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it was.
yes.
So I'm like trying to think of the Family Guy joke. No, I heard that he was melting down. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about. That's right, E.G. and Carol. So we're going
Oh
back
yeah.
through that again. Like I feel like here's the thing. Like I think that when we fix this, when we collectively fix this, one of the things that has to happen is like if something has been litigated like that, like we need to put a limit judicially on people weaponizing the judiciary like Trump has notoriously done throughout the entirety of his career. Like that man has made a living on just basically withholding payment and suing and basically just overwhelming the opponent. Like that is the stuff that has to stop. Like cuz we're reinvestigating somebody who has won multiple appeals and multiple cases proving that he assaulted that person. You know what I mean? Like we it's one of the big things is I feel like we need to stop allowing the courts to be weaponized in that manner.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I hate that that's even allowed to go on, but
Yeah,
let that poor lady go and live her
exactly.
life. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, not only to have to live through that, but the amount of times. But on the plus side, she can sue him again. So, like, do what you do.
She
I
can,
mean,
but
not
it's
that
like
money can fix this, but I mean, keep going, like, because I mean, didn't she donate a bunch of it after like the last time? I don't. Did he actually pay
maybe
her?
he probably
I
didn't
don't
pay
know.
her. Like, come on, that man doesn't pay for shit.
Right.
Like, he still
I feel like I.
owes cities money from his first term from like rallies and stuff. Like, he owes several cities multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't get why why does he still have state like well, I guess in this case it's not standing so much, but like I get that he's weaponized the DOJ, but I feel like if this is a personal vendetta of the president, then the person bringing for a suit in that case, the president should be paying for said investigation out of his own pocket. If this has
But
already
I
been
just don't.
tried.
Or we could just go like a step further and say like you can't sue while you're president. The statute of limitations like are on hold while you're president.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for that too.
That way
Yeah.
it has zero to do and it's not conflict of interest at all.
True. True. Yeah. Because if we cannot remove a or if we cannot hold a sitting president accountable, then if we can't hold a sitting president, sorry, if we
No,
can't
you're
hold a
fine.
sitting president accountable, then he shouldn't be able to just bend the DOJ at his whim like that. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't weaponize it against us and then have us not be able to have some way to hold him to account. Especially since
No,
Congress is just basically sitting there twiddling their fucking thumbs at this point because that's literally what they're doing anymore. That's it
yeah, that's the sad part too. Like there is absolutely nobody that it.
anymore.
It's just like a bunch. Why you just line up and bend over? Like, what are we doing? How did we go from like zero backbone? Yes, we don't have the numbers or whatever, but you have a mouth. Speak the fuck up. Like it makes me so irritated. I should probably not be as irritated as I am. But like, what's stopping you from getting?
Hold on, timeout. Tabby just said in the other chat they are going after Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Are you shitting me?
Okay, so first of all, that's gonna end poorly for everybody because Dolly Parton
We
might as
were
well
a
be.
Imagination Library family, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who? I mean, who doesn't love Dolly Parton? Like seriously,
That
I
woman is
don't
a
know.
saint.
She's a saint, and she is big. Like so, and yes, I'm going to stereotype, but like the most conservative states in the air, you typically are very big country music fans,
Yeah.
and Dolly is like the queen. Like, don't ask with Dolly. Like, you just fucked with Dolly, and you just try to redistrict
Oh,
Tennessee.
Tabby says the Republicans don't like her. Well, they can go.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. Well,
No,
she's liberal. She might live in a conservative district, but she's one of us, man.
yeah, she is, but like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I don't know. I'm only basing it off the Republicans that I know, and that's like most of my family on both sides. But my aunt who lives in Tennessee, like they go to Dollywood like all the time. They love Dolly
Yeah.
because she also speaks like Jesus.
True.
Like
True. She
so
does
she's got
speak
that the
yeah.
religious aspect of it, and she actually walks the walk. So good for her. But like I think about them, and I think about my in-laws that are big country music fans, and they love Dolly, and she's I don't know. I could see that going 50-50, and MAGA may not like her, but Republicans do, and I think
Right.
that might be like one of the drawing line places. And also, this is a whole side note because my wife and I went to a Pizza Hut this weekend that actually had like the buffet, like an
Oh no
old school
way.
one.
The one of the
Yeah,
old ones? Oh my
yeah.
god. Was it
It
like
was
going back in time?
it was nostalgic.
I bet it
Um,
was.
But we said, why haven't Dolly? If you're listening, not that you're my friend
Mhm.
on TikTok or anything like that, but if you're
Does
listening,
anybody knows
you
Dolly?
should
Take this
team
to us.
up with Pizza Hut and use your books for the Book It program.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that would go
marketing. That's
over.
free
Oh my
marketing,
god, that would go over with the millennial crews. Oh my
right?
god. Millennial and Gen
Join
X would eat that the fuck up
right,
because
and we'd push
that's
it on their kids
we
and
would.
stuff. Like
We would talk my kid would be reading like a champ.
like you're reading another book. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's do this thing.
So free marketing for Dolly Parton if you're there. If you hear me at all,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut if you're around.
Yeah.
Team up
Team
with
up with
Dolly
Dolly.
Parton's.
Yeah.
Get this book it in the book club, and we could do this.
Yeah. No, I
But
just
that
was
was a whole sidebar.
unaware.
I had that conversation with my wife this weekend. She's like, just bring it up. Whoever knows.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just feel like right now, I feel like he knows he's losing. He
Hmm.
knows that even JD is like, nah, I'm good. Peter Thiel's
JD is
is in South America. Shit is looking a little thin around the
right. Jade.
edges.
Well, and he went off on BB today.
Oh, he did. I didn't hear that. I was at work. What
No, he
happened?
apparently he exploded like in a phone call with him this morning. He was screaming at him and told him that he was causing Trump's basically Trump's numbers to go down. It was a narcissistic blow up, is what it was. But he was like, "You're stupid," and like I don't. There were like people who said they more words than I'm gonna give you out right here, but
Right.
because I wasn't in the room, so I don't feel very comfortable saying exactly what he said. But yeah, apparently he blew up at him, and there was supposedly a meeting afterwards, and they're okay again. But still, like that's insane to me.
Part
Like,
of me is kind of proud of him for standing up to BB in the sense that like BB is totally taking advantage of the situation, like 110%. You know.
oh yeah,
And to me that's the person that's like cuz there's degrees of elder abuse here. Like we have
oh yeah.
BB and Stephen Miller that are committing the most egregious versions of elder abuse. And JD to a degree, but I don't know that he and JD are as close as we think, perhaps, if that makes sense. But
Which two? I'm talking about JD and Donnie.
yeah,
Oh, I don't think they're close at all.
no.
I think they do the. I think they do the put on the facade around each other. Like the this guy's so funny. Can you hear my pal? Whatever bullshit. But I don't think they like each other at all. I think honestly that JD is very much a never Trump guy, like he always said he was.
Right. Oh, I think he is too. I think he's actually like I don't know. Okay. I'm going to say this in the context that like I live in Cincinnati where JD is from. People here are very 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 conservative at a baseline. That's normal. So I feel like he is more of a traditional Republican.
Hmm.
But, and that's not terrible. Like, I don't like the traditional Republican values, but I feel like we have gone so far away from even those that even your garden variety Republican people are like, whoa, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I voted for. And that's what they mean by like I didn't vote for this because they are not in agreement with his policies. And I think that's pretty evident at this point. But my whole thing is at what point do we like you had said last week, at what point do we hold you accountable for getting into bed with the devil? Like I don't understand. What did you think was going to happen, JD? You know what I mean? Like you literally set yourself up for this.
Right. Well, and that's the part too. Like it's not. It's as much as I don't. There, I feel like there are two groups of MAGA, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there were the MAGAs that were basically brainwashed through religion and that whole original sin cult, and
Right.
we're kind of pushed into it because it's the Republican way and that's the way things are supposed to go. And then there's the racist,
Mm-hmm.
misogynistic, homophobic, basically, the skinheads, the white pride, those sects of MAGA. And I think that it's almost like when people are like, "We're never going to forgive them," and I'm like, it depends on the branch mentally for me. Because like
Mm-hmm.
if you're deconstructing from MAGA and you came from like a evangelical background, you're deconstructing on multiple levels at the same time because you were brainwashed, you were in a cult. Like that's a whole level of fuckery that I can't really blame you for because you honestly didn't know better. You weren't just being a skinhead asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were you were basically trained to fall into that role.
Right.
So I think that honestly that if anything JD kind of fell into that first category where he was using that religion end of things, that traditional Republican end of things,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of where he was more than he was the um, skinhead racist. I mean, he could still very well be racist. Harder to believe with his wife that he's
I
all
don't
the
think
way
he
racist.
is. I
I
don't think
just
he is. I because his peers are surprisingly diverse if you really think about it. Because you have Marco Rubio, you have his wife is Indian. I feel like he is one of those that I feel like he's very his. I think he doesn't want to stray far from traditional Catholic ideology, but I don't get the vibe that he's a racist.
Right?
I
Just like
feel like
he's not
Heritage
actually
is, but
homophobic.
I don't think he is
Y-
either. No.
No, he's friends with Peter Thiel,
Right. Right.
and
Well, and every time like you've seen like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and there's another person that recently left like the upper echelon of MAGA, and they have said that the person that was really horrible to them was Don, and the person that would threaten them on a regular basis was Don, but that JD Vance was actually relatively polite and was not mean to them and was always, pretty polite. And you know what I mean? Like, same with Marco Rubio. Is he sitting there like, for fuck's sake? Like, what have
oh,
I
Marco
done?
Rubio he's like 2 seconds away from having a coronary.
I know.
Like that.
He's like, I am totally going to prison. You can see
Yeah,
it on his face.
every day.
He's just like, how many more times am I going to face jail time on a daily basis? Like,
Hmm.
how often is this going to continue to happen for me?
Yeah, and I think that you can honestly, if you lined up all the people who surround him, you could see which ones are that traditional Republican religious sect versus
Mm.
the MAGA sect. Like you'd say like Marco Rubio, and you'd say JD Vance in the religious Republican normal sect, and you would say like Hegseth is clearly the skinhead version, like the
Oh,
white supremacist version. Like you
yeah.
can see them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the tattoos alone tell you everything you need to know with him.
Well, and just like the bomb the fuck out of them. Who cares? Like
Right.
mentality.
Well, I feel like Pete is like the I don't know, like the frat boy of the bunch, I guess.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's what he gives me is like the dude like remember Nerds, the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of the bullies in Nerds. You know what I mean?
Oh
Where
yeah.
like JD is one of the nerds. Like that's the
Right.
difference right there.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I was thinking to myself too, like if I were to give him a vibe, it was the high
Biff?
school either like yeah. Well, if I'm gonna give him a vibe, he's gonna be the either the high school like quarterback or running back or something
Yeah.
that like that's where he peaked and that's where he is.
Right.
Or like the wrestling guy, or he's just a jock, a wash up jock that now has
I don't know if the jock is
a
really accurate, just judging by whatever that
oh
was.
dancing queen.
I like the upper leg kicks. I was like, man, he's getting some height there, you know?
Oh my god! In my head, every time it played, I either heard Dancing Queen or We Are 16 going on
Mm-hmm.
17. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, those are both kind of fitting.
Yeah, his Rockettes audition went
Mhm.
fantastic, you know? Yeah.
And it's so weird because it's like that's not something you forget to do. You were an athlete, like you know how to do drills. Like they don't fall out of your head. And I know we're older now, and I couldn't do them as good, but it wouldn't be like I'm kicking it over my head like
Right.
that.
What is this thing doing? Oh, okay. Sorry, I had like a box pop up because I was.
Oh, the AI summary.
No, it's like a.
Oh,
I was trying to get the because my face is always blotchy. I was trying to find a thing, but I'll mess with that another time.
that's a
Because
problem for another day.
it is because basically I'm gonna have to sit here and play with filters, and I'd rather just do that before I'm actually live. But yeah, I feel like part of me isn't wondering if like they're doing this whole like make a wish type of a situation for Don. Because that's the vibe. Like, why is there a UFC wrestling ring on the White House lawn? You know, all of his buddies had signed up to play at his party, his birthday bash. And plus, like, who is it? The creator, Nugget or Little Nugs or whatever. She had said, like, because all straight men just want to see half naked men just wrestling on the front lawn of their house. Happy
The
Pride.
amount. Have you seen all the Pride memes for him? They have been Or sorry, they're not doing. They're like full compilations. They're
Yeah.
the best. Oh my god, all of his
Where
talking
he's
about other guys' junk. That's a good looking
hmm
dude right there. I'd kiss him, and I'm like, bro, come out wherever you are. Like seriously, God.
Because, yeah, nothing says red-blooded, straight man than just, who had the best junk was Arnold Palmer. Like,
Right. Like,
like,
what is going
oh,
on?
oh, way too much commentary about Arnold Palmer's manhood.
Well, and it
Yeah.
wasn't like a split second,
No, that was a whole
like,
tirade.
right. It wasn't like, bro is hung, and that's it. It was a full on, everybody loves it. We stare at him all the time. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't
What kind of
golf.
locker
I don't
room?
hang out in locker rooms and golf in golf places. Like I don't hang out in locker rooms. Period. To be
Like,
honest with you,
do golfers need to shower? Really? I mean,
right? Like
are
what
you
do we
breaking
do?
a sweat?
Hey, you got to wash the booze off. I assume. I
I
don't know.
guess, but man. Well, and
I'm
it's
just
just,
in.
yeah. I feel like Don has been
I can't.
has been compensating for something for quite some time.
No joke. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the closet with the rest of them. Like, I think.
That's why they all love him because they're all like, if he passes, we're fine. Like, okay, Lindsay, you need to calm down.
Oh God. Like, you can see him from space. Like, it's like, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and like my whole thing with Lindsay is just like, just come out. We know. Like, we call you Lady Lindsay. Like, come on, man. The jig is up. Just nobody. It's 2026. Like, just
is
come
he
out of the
running
damn
again?
closet. Yeah, I think. Let me. He was. I don't know if he's gonna win his primary. There was actual issues. Let me see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say. This is being underreported, and that is in Tennessee, they have filed articles of impeachment for Justice John Roberts.
Good.
Yep. It's
Good. Get
one
him out of there.
senator in Tennessee. Is it going to go anywhere? No. But I think that the Supreme Court needs to they need to know what's up, quite honestly. Oh, you know what? It is. We will know, I think, today about Lady Lindsay because I'm pretty sure his primary was today. I think.
Oh, so sad for him. I hope he loses.
Oh, I'm sure he won't, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know. I look at these. Yes, I know. That'll be a whole other sidebar on another time.
It
We
will
can get there.
when we can speak about it. I know.
Yeah, I just can't believe. I just can't figure out. Before all of this, what was the appeal?
For who? For
Like
Lindsay?
you look at. Oh yeah, I mean, can we talk about the fact? Let's just have this conversation out loud.
Okay.
Our representatives, our senators, our governors are supposed to represent us as a state, as a region, as a county, as a however, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in some of these people? They are literally doing nothing to make your life better. Like,
Right.
read the fucking ballots. Don't listen to the TV ads that say, Joe Schmo over here is trying to trans all the children. Read their actual fucking policies. Take an hour. They should just, if the Democrats wanted to do anybody a favor, they could just print out in the area, these are all the people running, on this side and this side, and these are their policies.
Yeah.
We get, how many flyers do you get in the fucking mail about voting for, the zoo or the school or something, or whatever? Just throw
Well,
some fucking paperwork together. Come on now.
vote for my zoo. 'Cause
Well, yeah. I don't need to even have the flyer to tell me to vote for the zoo.
Right.
The zoo will always get my money. The schools will always get my money.
Yeah.
That's
Fire
not
and
a
police
question.
will always get mine too. So, I
Right. I mean,
mean,
yeah, because
yeah,
in the case of an emergency, I would like for my
yeah,
house not to burn down or,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It would
whatever.
be kind of
Like,
nice. Right.
but I just think that it would just be a really simple fucking idea for, like, I don't know, whoever runs your local, like, headquarters, your Democratic, your Republican headquarters, and literally just list the fucking policies. Like, Joe Schmo is saying this, but they're voting to take all your money and put them into, like, data centers, or
Mm-hmm.
anything about the fucking Ohio Edison stuff. Like, that could have been a whole conversation everybody had a long time ago. Oh, we got screwed by all the energy corporations because people got
Oh,
buyouts and shit.
yeah.
Like, come on. Like, if people aren't going to do it for them. Put them in bullet points. This will cost you X amount of dollars every single time.
Well, and can we just for the record, I want it to be on something, and we're gonna make this into a clip. There is no actual way that you are sending a child to a public school system and that they would come home the opposite gender. It's not, that's not an option.
It's not an
That
option.
is not an option. I don't care how many times Bernie Moreno tries to tell you that it's happening, it's not happening. There's
Bernie
no
Moreno. Yeah.
conceivable way that this is happening.
No.
Please let it go. Like,
Please,
this
if
is not
teachers
happening.
are buying their own school supplies,
Right.
if you have to get doctor's notes to give your children cough drops, children are not wandering to the nurse's office, not the school doctor.
Right.
The nurse's office.
There is no school doctor, by the way.
Right. That's why I said it that way. Not the school
Right.
surgeon, not
Mm-mm.
the school specialist, the nurse's
Right.
office.
They barely have enough money for paper, for fuck's sake.
Right. And the nurse in a non sterile environment is not chopping or adding genitals to children. They don't have the right notes to send them home with Tylenol. That's why.
Right. And
Jesus Christ.
the
Can you
other
just
thing,
think like 3 steps ahead, please?
right. Well, and the other thing too is like I feel like they rode on part of a truth that is actually kind of insults me, and that is there are kids in certain circumstances, they're usually the intersex kids who they have ambiguous genitalia when they're born. And they will make a decision. Sometimes they've gotten away from this practice now because they realize that this is not a good practice overall. But in some cases, like somebody, one of my followers pointed this out today, and I wanted to make sure, like, if we next time we talked about this because it comes up every so often, um, that there are children that are operated on. I get like without their consent in infancy to make them one gender or the other. That does happen to intersexed kids with a genetic anomaly.
Right.
That's it. That's the only circumstance that that would ever happen, and it would have to take place with parental consent, and it would have to take place in a children's hospital. There is no
I think,
conceivable way that that would ever happen in a school.
and there's usually a window, like from
Yeah.
my, and I'm not perfect at this, but at one point I was under the understanding like they wanted you to decide before you released the child
Yes.
from the hospital because it was less paperwork in the long run because you wouldn't have to change the gender. The gender would be placed on the birth certificate
That's
with the
partly
assignment of whatever you gave them
right. And that's
after
partly
that
why they've
situation.
relaxed some of that is so that parents don't feel obligated to make a choice like that right then and there before that child is even home. That's they've realized now that that was actually really not a great policy, but that was the long-standing policy for probably 30 to 40 if not 50 plus years. So now they've gotten to the point where they will let the child go home and kind of the parents figure out which gender the child aligns with, and because really if you're thinking about it, you don't really need to do much until puberty.
Right.
So of course at puberty there needs to be a decision that's made about which gender they feel that they are. And let me just also say that these are just kids with external anomalies. These are not
Right.
representative of
Am-
overall intersexing cases. But
yeah,
that's the only
ambiguous
case that this is.
genitalia.
So yeah. So that's like the one thing that they took one tiny little grain of truth that happened in one circumstance that maybe you only heard about it on Unsolved Mysteries from when Robert Stack hosted and or
I
Maury
mean,
back in the day. But yeah, it's
there's been episodes on like ER
yeah.
and some of those TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's just not as
I
common,
mean,
but yeah.
it's not common, but I mean, at least it was like a starting point. The last one I saw, it actually showed up on like TikTok as like a clip, and I think it was Grey's Anatomy, but I could be wrong. But like, the dad was very much adamant about that was his son, and he couldn't do that to his son, and like there was like a whole the plot around, and I could have been neutering that completely, but like it has been.
Whatever.
And I said,
Yeah,
up until like 2016, I thought we were headed in the right direction.
we were.
With a lot of these conversations, a lot of these
We
things,
were.
like we were in a place where it was a lot more, and I'm not saying normalizing in the way that it's bad, normalizing in the way like let's have these conversations so that someone doesn't feel like a freak growing up.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with like you did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with
Mm-mm.
you. You
Nope.
just don't fit the stereotype of this is perfect product A, this is perfect product B. You don't fall in either of those, whether it's chromosomal, hormonal, or
Mm-hmm.
and anatomical. So like whatever. But it just pisses me off because we have gone so far. Like we've gone so far out from where we used to be. Like where we were, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were headed in the direction to have these conversations because it wasn't about making everybody trans. It wasn't about making everybody intersex. Not that you can even make someone intersex or gay in general. It was
Right.
about accepting people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe to quote Jesus, loving your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
But having some respect for other people's privacy and humanity. It's like
Yeah.
it wasn't hurting anybody. We just went down this dark ass where everything it's been acceptable to be an asshole again.
Mm-hmm.
And it
I
just makes
do.
me so sad for everybody. Like, happy Pride.
Yeah.
Like, I wish it was a better time. I wish
Yeah.
we were in a better place, but
Well, it's a little rough because it's the first official one for me, but because
I
yeah, I
mean,
didn't know until this time last year what the fuck was going on with me.
yeah,
But
welcome to your late birthday.
yeah, but it's just one of those where I feel like the part that makes me sad is feeling like we peaked during the Obama
Hmm.
um, same-sex marriage of Obergefell case,
Hmm.
and it's just gone downhill from there. And it's sad because I was so immensely proud of us as a country when that legislation was passed, or when the Supreme Court granted that right, and especially since Obergefell was from Cincinnati too, which made me extra happy and extra proud. But I just feel like it's you look back and you realize how much freedom we've already lost,
Right.
and
That's
that's
it.
that's
It's
hard. It's really fucking
it's
hard.
sad.
It is.
It's very hard, and it should never be that way. Like we shouldn't. There should be a stop to not let things go backwards. They can be amended to change if something was like outdated, as far as like thoughts and stuff go. But I don't think anything should go backwards.
No. Well, and I think
You
that's one of
can't.
the things that we need to reel the Supreme Court in. They shouldn't be able to limit. They should just be able to grant rights
Right.
because
100%.
that's ultimately their job is to determine if this is if they can grant this within the legal confines. It's not they aren't usually looking to limit, but this one is particularly punitive, and it's like
Yeah, they're not even supposed to be deciding. They're supposed to be just
No,
interpreting.
exactly.
And the interpretation is literally,
They just want to take it all the way back to 1776. And I hope Clarence is really ready for that. I'm going to be completely fucking honest. I hope Clarence is really fucking ready for what they want to do. Because I don't think, I think he thinks that he is special. He isn't.
like,
He's
bro,
not.
you're not special. You're black and you're in a biracial marriage. Like, what is
Yeah.
your wife is, you're going to get in trouble
Oh,
for being married. I mean, she's not a
she's,
saint. I'm not saying she's a saint. I'm saying she's
I
white.
mean, she's a whole nother catch.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they deserve each
birds of a
other.
feather.
Oh, they deserve each other. Oh my god. If there's anybody that deserves what they've gotten, yeah, it's Clarence Thomas. But at the same time, I feel like all it takes is one person from a place of privilege like him to just completely take the entirety of our country back, almost probably close to 100 years if you really look at all of what we've lost over the last 5. And it's just, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, I think one
Mm-hmm.
of the hardest things about this time frame and this period has been watching us peak and then just how quickly we collapsed. I don't
Oh
think I'll
yeah,
ever get over that. I think honestly, it's just watching that has been a very particular horrific type of grief. And I don't ever wouldn't ever wish this upon anybody else. And it's one of those where I feel like I think us as Americans, one of the best things that we could do right now is remember how all of us feel right now and realize that the next time they want to invade whatever, that the people that are in that country are going to feel how we feel right now and how
absolutely.
terrible it feels to watch all of this shit happen and you have no say in it because it's just being rammed down our throats. And that's if we end up free ever again. Like,
Sad, sad truth there.
yeah. I
Well,
mean,
and
it's just it's rough. The whole thing
and
is
I think
rough, and
the feeling that this is kind of like the affirmation period, though. Like this is where all of us are standing. They can call us blue lulus, call it whatever. Even if you talk about like Republicans and all that other stuff, like the fact that or not, we're not Republican, but like the liberals and the leftists, like the fact that we started the second we saw those woke up that morning or saw the totals and everything else, like it was like fear striking panic
it was.
of, oh my god, everything we know is gone.
Yep.
It was like waking up and there was a hurricane. Oh, hold on, I gotta do the puzzle piece and can't speak at the same time. There
No,
you
you're
go.
fine. I
Um,
know.
there's like that, or we live in Ohio, so hurricane doesn't work for us. But like a tornado, like we
Yeah.
woke up, we went to bed at night, we woke up, and there was a tornado just leveled everything around us, and we're like, what the fuck just happened? That's how we felt.
Yeah.
We knew everything was gonna go. A lot of us have like survival bags and things packed and things going, and I'm not, not necessarily survival bags and like canned goods and shit, but like all of our paperworks have been updated and made sure they're in the right place and whatever, so that everybody, like, making sure I know where all the kids' birth certificates and stuff are, like make sure we know where all the documents are, all this, just to make sure everything is in tip top, like whatever, like it's just sad. Like that's where we're at, and that was
Yeah.
the minute we saw that, and
Oh,
because we knew it was gonna fall.
I cried. I mean, because
Hmm.
I knew too that. I mean, it was. I had such a little kid, and knowing that they wanted to completely defund schooling for her, knowing that basically my workload just exponentially grew, and then just hoping that we could survive another 4 years of this, not realizing how bad and how hard they were going to come at the country. Like they fully intended to just dismantle, which makes me think that the entire point is to move to Argentina still. I think they're taking us for a ride. We're basically in a carjacking of our countries, how I feel like it is, where they're just taking the car and we're just going to have to walk home through the hood. And we are not the right complexion to be in that part of the hood, so it's going to be rough. Um, and yeah, I mean, part of me does feel like to an extent we deserve it, but at the same time we don't. We don't deserve it at all because yeah, well, you know why we don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we don't
I don't
deserve
want
it
to
at all.
say
To be,
anything, but yeah, yeah,
yeah, we don't deserve it at all. The fact that if anybody ever said that, like, that's insane. Even in our worst times, we've never deserved it. Like, but you're right. We're kind of just sitting there, like, well, what fuckery is going to happen today, and
yeah.
what's the worst? I mean, we've all read. I mean, anybody who's been on this side of the world for a hot minute read Project 2025. We were all like, what?
And
How are
then
they
to
going to do
watch
this so
them
fast?
just
And we
check
knew
it
it was
off.
going to, yeah, and we knew it was going to happen. We were hoping for some, from stop gap somewhere, something,
I don't
hoping
know,
that
some
somebody
fucking
would stand.
cojones. Yeah,
Yeah, somebody would stand up and say some shit. Somebody would be like, "Yeah, we're not going to do this. Like, this isn't going to happen. Whatever. Pick something for the love of God. Somebody do something." And that's not what happened at all.
right.
Like Kamala said, like capitulation. Y'all just sat there and let our fucking country get destroyed. Every single one of you that never spoke up, fuck y'all.
Yeah,
As far as I'm concerned.
yeah, absolutely. Like I feel like I too was completely taken aback by the amount of businesses, even still, that are going
Hmm.
to lose money because we don't have any. And they're willingly like, okay, we'll just go ahead and do that. Like, okay. Like when you all lose your jobs too, like
Right.
you're capitulating just the same. To me, it's surprising that businesses are capitulating because there's got to be a point in time where they're going to be consumed by this fuckery. I don't know. I don't think anybody expected the gas price situation that we're about to experience. I don't think anybody thought that was going to go down like that. But hey,
Well, no, because
great.
no one expected us to get into a fucking war with Iran. It's like, just,
Yeah,
what we should do today? Like, we saw all the other writing on the wall, like, whatever, but again, that has to be passed by Congress.
yeah,
We're just letting it happen. We're at like day, like, what, 90 something? And it's supposed to be 60 days where it's, what did he call it? An excursion. And
right.
then after that, it has to be voted on by Congress. Like, clearly not.
Right.
So whoever's in fucking power next, just tell them to fuck off and do exactly the same thing, and put us back somewhere where it's safe.
Yeah.
Expand the fucking court, get rid of all like student loan debt, pass new laws and force new things to make it so that we're in fucking safety. Because this is literally like bullshit,
Yeah.
the highest level of bullshit.
Well, and I think too, like part of me is completely disappointed with the non if there are any non-MAGA Republicans, like your garden variety moderate Republicans and the Democrat Party.
Yeah,
Because what the fuck are y'all doing? Because apparently nothing. And I mean,
right.
Mikey J with the big secret is going to continue to send them home because guess what? He's been allowed to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
that's when we fix this shit. One of the things we have to have a vote of no confidence at any point. There needs to be a method to trigger that.
Yeah,
And it,
absolutely.
yeah,
We'll go on to, like, what is it? Is it Canada that if they can't pass whatever, instead of it, like, you don't get to just go home, like, you get voted out basically. Like, there's
yeah.
um
When their
if it
government
gets,
collapses, that's what happens. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I mean, it's fair. It's a fair assessment. It's exactly what it is.
yeah,
Like, you're no longer, they're not fucking working, guys. Like, guys, we're paying them. They're
right.
getting salary.
Hmm.
And they're just not doing a damn. Like, they're literally going on vacations and doing other things. Like, what in the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, you get in trouble if you take too many shit breaks.
yeah. Well, and that's where it's like I feel like we need to come up with, and I'm not advocating for for violence, but there needs to be I know that they only speak money. I know that there's very few ways, but honestly, I think we're going to get to the point where no one's going to be working, or hardly anybody's going to be working, because so many companies are. We haven't even begun to scratch the surface about like the unemployment situation in this country right now, because nobody's tracking fucking anything. That's the other thing. They keep reporting his 33% approval rating. You know that they took that 4 months ago. It's got to be
Hmm.
lower now. And it's like people, we hear it, and then unfortunately with this flooding the zone, even the most diligent among us is forgetting some of the details, because they keep throwing constant details and ramping it up and changing up the sequence and making it
Oh
faster,
yeah, that's
making
why.
it slower. They're trying their every fucking torture tactic on us right now.
Oh, like everybody's fucking exhausted and we can't
Yeah.
keep up. And just like when we initially had a conversation when we started the show about how we were going to like, look back at the important news things that were, breaking news from like Aaron Parnas and stuff, and then like
Can't
going in
even.
and more depth on it. There's no possible way for us to keep
No.
up with all the breaking news that just fell to the wayside.
No.
Like, 'cause they're just now bringing up the detention centers again with the pregnant teens that are
I know.
teenage girls and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, like I remember it, but it fell into that like childhood jingle place in the back of your head where it's
Yeah.
not gone, but it's not there because everything else has just been so fucking overwhelming regularly.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible the amount of stuff that we are trying to process at any given second and any given time, just because they're that. I will give Steve Bannon credit, even though he does look like he just woke up on a park bench somewhere. And
He
that
pees his
is
pants.
right. And that is that, yeah, the flooding the zone thing worked. I'll give you that. I would give
We
you that.
need we need all of the our team members to do the we didn't start the fire, but start it at like, and there could be 10 different versions, but we'll all remember it if we start it now. And have them all doing like the little we didn't start the fire jingles about everything that's happened since election day to now.
Hmm.
And if we sing it long enough, we'll remember.
Right. Yeah. It's oh my god. It's like Wanda Sykes had a thing where she's like, "Don't you guys just miss like first term Trump, where he was saying we're gonna build a wall? Yeah, you go and you build that wall. Yeah, because basically that Trump, whole different guy compared to this Trump, where this Trump is just, you know, basically
Yeah.
this is the revenge tour. I mean, and the sad thing is that some of us did know that this was how this was going to go down, but a lot of us just didn't want to hear it, and here we are.
Um, yeah. Well, and I think, like you said, a lot of us knew because we could read the writing on the wall and pattern recognition and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
All the other people, and I don't really know whether we should just honest to God blame them for not listening, but would we have listened in reverse? I don't know. I don't know I'm talking go back to the two factions of like if it was the establishments
Mm-hmm.
and the evangelicals and the Christian mentality, would they have believed us if we told them, and they didn't, that this was going to happen, even if we showed them the writing on the wall? I don't know as if they could been. I don't know if they could have been led to the water the right way. Um, don't mind me. I need to. I'm gonna block this real quick. You're all good. My plug for my laptop um went out, so I'm like on like 2% battery, so I gotta go find the
Ah,
plug.
okay, okay, I get you.
Please hold.
Okay,
I'm
no,
still
you're
here.
fine.
I'll chat with you through the whole thing,
Okay,
but no one needs to see my fat ass struggle to get up and move the computer around.
I feel you though. After a day like today, good lord. But like, I feel like it's just the capitulation piece is getting old. I feel like, is it just a smash and grab? You know what I mean? Like, because that's what it feels like. Just because like they're not, you know what I mean? Like it feels like they're trying to get as much wealth out, and then they're gonna run.
don't even know if I think that they're gonna run as much as it's like they're going to.
Well, they're going to have to run at some point. We're going to run out of money. You know what I mean?
I think they honestly thought that. Do you think that maybe they thought the AI was gonna happen faster than what it did?
Oh, for sure. Because I'm sure that Elon told them whatever they wanted to hear. Because, yeah.
That's possible too. I didn't think of that part.
Because according to Elon, all this stuff is like completely already done. Since you're switching equipment, I'm going to switch the headphones. For some reason, these things keep popping every so often, and it's really annoying. So I'm going to switch these out real quick.
No, you're
My
good.
little remote. But yeah, I feel like with Elon may have just sold them a trick bag, honestly.
Is it sad to think of like that's how we did? Like Elon was like, "Hey guys, um, I got this nice bag of marbles to send you or to sell you." I don't know. Like, I can't tell if that guy is
Oh, that's better. Okay.
smart or dumb.
Who?
Because honestly, out of everybody so far, he's gotten the most out of everything that's happened.
Who is it?
Elon.
Oh, he's not. I think he's smart. He's a drug addict.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I think.
But
I
I mean,
think he's
even
the
if we,
perfect example of this is your brain on drugs. To be completely honest,
yeah,
remember the egg in the pan.
the
Remember?
frying pan. Oh, those are the
Yes.
best. Yes. No, that's very much could be it. I Because like sometimes I battle with it myself, honestly, because it's like he he out of like I said, he got everything he wanted, and all of his oh, and the investigations on all of his companies, he got more government contracts. He's literally the one that made out like a bandit through all this.
Yeah, because he.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I mean, um, but I just mean like, I mean, not even,
That was his payment.
yeah, but not even like Trump has made out as good as Elon right now.
I think that the Trump boys have. I think that
Maybe,
I
yeah,
think what because he's not advertising for everybody and their brother that he's giving away his check this time. So part of me is thinking, oh, so you're keeping your salary now. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But I mean, let's be honest, he never did the first time either. He just says a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, I don't know. I think
Show
that's
me
the
where
other
it's
thing too.
documented. You
Yeah.
know, like he's just a fucking used car salesman.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think that that's actually what it is. It's that I'm not so much disappointed in X, Y, or Z. I'm disappointed that that our collective parents, and then our grandparents and our aunts and uncles and all these people that are important to us fell for the biggest con man and used car salesman to walk the face of the motherfucking earth. And it's fucking embarrassing. Like,
It's embarrassing that he's gotten, and not. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
it's
interrupt.
okay. No,
Not that,
you're
not
fine.
even just that he's got away with it as a president. It's that he's got away
Yes.
with it this long as a human fucking being.
Exactly. Why do people like this man? Like, he is
He's,
a horrendous human. He's a terrible person. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get
which
it.
makes me think that he's had the blackmail
He's got to
the
have.
whole time. There's nothing else that makes sense. Like,
No.
if you go back to like old videos of him and people who say like we'll use Rosie O'Donnell as the example, who lived in New York, was like everybody in New York just hates this guy.
Oh,
He's a
no,
piece of
that
shit.
is absolutely true. I grew up in Connecticut. Everybody on the East Coast hates him. We all know what
Right.
he did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anybody who's his friend, it's because he's got shit on, and you can't honestly convince me otherwise because there's no other reason for it. He's a horrible human being.
Yeah, he's a terrible person. Like, I'm not, like, he literally, okay, like, we have to remember, because this is another thing that got buried over time. He stole money from his children's cancer
Cancer
charity.
fun.
Like, who the fuck does that? Don. That's who. Don. Yeah. That is who we
It's so sad.
elected. Well, you know. But that's who we elected
In
to be
2016.
us, to represent us as a country.
Yeah,
I don't even
you
know
know,
about that though.
I don't
I
either, to
don't.
be
I don't
honest.
know. I don't know because.
Right. Well, yeah, and that remind me before we when we're off of here, but before we go to bed tonight, I catch you back up.
Okay.
But yeah, like what the fuck? There's no way. And you know that he's just been using the whole scheme, the whole honey pot trick on
Mm-hmm.
everybody since the
Yep.
day he's fucking met him. And that's gone from way before presidency. That's gone all the time. Like go digging and I would guarantee I don't have anything to give anybody, so I apologize. You can have this Bob Ross calendar that I have. It's pretty nice. It's got different pictures for the day. That's all I have to offer you right now. Um, but I bet you if you look into his casino, that was a whole thing about exactly what we're looking into with the e-files. Because how the hell else do you fucking bankrupt a
Oh,
casino?
I can tell you how. He
Well,
built it in Atlantic City, which is inherently expensive, and he put the he okay. So when he didn't buy the gold spray paint version for the hotel in Atlantic City, it was actually gold plated. That was the problem. Was that he spent so much money with just the decor and the high end items because you have to remember to him he's a poor man's version of rich. So he literally will put the highest end shit like gold plated, like actual gold leaf in there instead of that's why now he uses the gold spray paint because he probably learned that that's too expensive to use actual gold because that's literally yeah. But no, that was high end finishes. He put actual marble in the fucking thing. He wouldn't source like Milan marble and shit. Yeah. Just horrible decision making is what bankrupted that casino.
yeah, I'm still not convinced there wasn't a side hustle going out the back door with some of the girls that were.
But that young though, because he did that in 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
I don't know when was the Lake Michigan story.
Oh, that was 84.
Yeah. So tell
Yeah.
me tell me again. That dude's been doing this for his whole life. And you could almost point fingers and look at and see if it was his dad did it too. I mean, it's a learned behavior. Or an uncle or somebody. You know what I mean? Like it almost
Trafficking of the human variety?
not trafficking per
Okay.
se, but
I was
assault
like,
and stuff.
what?
I mean, no, I don't have the statistics on how that's a
It's like,
hereditary
wow.
thing, but I meant
I
kind of
mean, I,
like the
I was
whole
like,
like,
okay.
but sexual assault in general, like being molested as a kid, growing up, like I
Yeah.
think of like, for a bad example, like even like Dexter, the TV show and stuff, like
Yeah.
you grow up with learned behavior and it becomes normalized, then you repeat it as an adult. Like that's
Yeah. Yep.
um
No, I know
so
what you
yeah,
mean by
not
that.
necessarily like
That's why I was
trafficking,
like, that's what was
but
going
if he
on
was,
there.
I mean that's just an escalation from assault and everything else. I mean when it comes down to it, I mean murder or trafficking or like it all goes into the next step categories of the initial crime.
Yeah, I mean, he he went
I
to
mean, let's just
military
say he's
school.
not gonna be watching any of my kids or
No,
my
no, he went to military school, so
nibblings or
you you never know what happened in military school, but um, I don't know that I don't know that any. I mean, could be that it was a uncle. Well, did he have an uncle or anything? I don't even know.
I mean, isn't Mary's his cousin, right? So like he had to
His
have an uncle.
niece.
I was right.
So
I thought he did have an uncle though. Like
I don't
there's
remember.
no better time to Google than right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I just know that his parents were very interesting looking people.
Oh yeah. Oh, for
Oh,
fuck's sake, they hit ugly
woof.
trees
Oh
all the
my
way down.
God. I was like, whoa. And I'm not usually one that's going to be that judgy, but I was like, whoa,
Well,
woof.
well, he got his mother's hair.
Yes. Well, he looks exactly like his mom. You know what? I wonder if that's not what it is with him hating women. He looks just like his mother.
Well, that's a possibility too. Yeah.
His older brother, his niece's father, Mary Trump's father, looks exactly like Fred Trump. Freddie looked like exactly like he was. I mean, he's a Frederick Jr. for sure. I know he had a. There was he was like one of five. I think that was the long stuttering little line there.
Well,
I do
his
that from
his
time to
uncle
time.
John worked at
Okay.
MIT. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Now I remember that fucking tall tale.
And he has another uncle that is Fred Trump Jr., who passed away in 1981.
Yeah, that's Mary's dad. That's his oldest brother. So Fred Trump Sr., did he have any siblings?
No, Fred Trump. Okay, no,
Fred Trump
his
Jr.
uncle
is
John,
Don's brother.
and another uncle is Fred Trump Jr., who passed away in 1981.
Fred Trump Jr.
Mhm.
is Trump's brother. I know that one.
Well, it,
That
could
Wikipedia
he
might be wrong
could he
because I
be? Hmm.
hold
I mean, I
on.
can look at another one. Let's go to a different place. Parents, siblings, and everything else. That might be the Frederick Christ. Oh
That's right.
Jesus, I didn't.
Yeah, the Christ thing is kind of creepy. Yeah. I don't know who has well, clearly a Trump person had the cojones to name the use Christ as the middle name.
This keyboard is not the best either. Fred Trump had one brother named John
Okay, so that's the MIT uncle
and
then.
one
Yeah.
sister, Elizabeth Christ Trump. Her name was Christ too. Well,
Jesus Christ.
I almost said the same thing. So he had an uncle and an aunt. So yeah, on his dad's side. So I mean, I mean, maybe it was his mom's side. I don't know. I mean, it could have been anybody, honestly, though.
Her maiden name was McLeod.
Like Duncan.
I just know it's McCleod. McLeod. And I did check my tree. I am not related. But I am related to JD, so that's not fun.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
her name
My
was Mary Ann.
my whole family being from Appalachia, that well, my grandma's side was from Appalachia. Oof. That's one of those baker's dozen, had a baker's dozen, begat a baker's dozen. There's a whole so many people.
I'm trying to see. Like they gave me a whole like family tree of like her after marriage, but not necessarily right now. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it could have been anybody. It's just one of those. Oh, she was the youngest of 10.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he's got some aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I was
never
like,
mind.
why aren't they? I was like, why aren't they listing siblings? I'm like, well, because there's 10. No one wants to play favorites. Um, they don't list any of them like off that you could see. I could go to like her family
Oh,
tree, but
I'm at a Wikipedia page right now, so she was born in the Isle of Lewis. Her, so she's Gaelic Scottish. Her parents were Mary and Malcolm McLeod. Um, they were fishermen from Scotland. And yeah, she probably came
Um,
here because she was like, I'm not gonna get anywhere in Scotland.
Malcolm Jr., Donald, Christina Winifred Matheson, Christina Reed, or sorry, Catherine Reed, William McLeod, not related to. No, was that his name? No, I was thinking of Braveheart. Anne
Mm.
McLeod, Catherine Guest, Joan Pauley, and Alexander McLeod. Those are all of his ancestors. So he's got an Uncle Don, an Uncle William, and an Uncle Alexander,
Mm.
and an Aunt Christina, Catherine, Anne. There's another Catherine, and a Joan. There's literally two Catherines.
Yeah, that's well. I'm not surprised by that. It's a lot of
They ran out
Scottish
of names.
Irish families. Yeah, they do. They do. Then they carry that into Appalachia, and then you just have phonetically spelled. That's always
That's
fun.
fair.
Yeah, like I. That's why I have a great uncle named Flem. So, yeah.
I mean, okay, that's
Uh-huh.
fair.
Fleming, it was his name. I'm not even kidding. I mean, some of the names though are interesting at best when you're talking about because like they all lived in the same holler and they never left the holler. So there's some interesting, very phonetical spellings. But I mean, it's 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 different. But you can see some of the parallels though to in Scots Irish, like just looking at census records of Scots Irish families, like you can see where the direct line is because it's like, okay, this is what they like. They just had a bunch of kids, like because even because most of the time they're Catholic. Yeah, most of the time they're Catholics. So
I was just trying to look at pictures of her when she was younger, and
yeah, yeah,
time did her no favors.
no. Well, look at Don. I mean, time didn't help him either.
But I mean, no, you're not wrong.
No. Yeah.
But you look at the
Yeah,
no,
the siblings don't look terrible though. Like I'm not gonna lie, like his sisters are not they're not ugly by any means. But yeah.
I don't know. I just see this family picture, and I'm like, there's something wrong with them. This sounds bad. Like I'm not saying they look like they're inbred, but they
Mhm.
definitely are the people you wouldn't trust with your kids vibe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, and that's sad too, because like there was somebody saying, "Who would you like trust which presidents would you trust your drink around?" And which one was universally trusted?
Barack Obama,
Yeah. Second, you know who was second?
probably Joe.
Nope, George W. Bush. Which I kind of get. He's a girl dad. He gives me girl dad vibes all day long. I'm sorry, but like I would actually trust my child with George W. Bush because he just seems like a happy grandpa. I would not trust him with Clinton. Just wanted to say that.
Oh no no no
Uh-uh.
no! That wasn't
Nope.
even on my radar. I was just trying to figure out. I was
I
mentally
think
trying to math
I
how
think
old he was
Joe.
now, but to see if I would trust him with my kid, because I was thinking of my kids as toddlers, but they were handfuls, and I was thinking of age because he
Yeah.
didn't really get around all that well. So like
I
I
know.
went on like the is it bedtime?
No, I just have a dog in here. Hold on.
That's fine.
Oh, well, never mind. I don't have to take these out. I have the remote.
Oh yeah,
Come on, Gus.
Scooter came out.
All right. Um,
Mm.
there we go. No, just Gus wanted to be in here. But no, and I think honestly people were saying no to Biden just because of his age cuz they were afraid cuz he can't move as fast.
Well, a lot of people have are like dead convinced that like there was that whole thing going on with him being creepy with his daughter in the shower, and there was the whole thing
Yeah.
about he smelled the kids and how they were like coming in and out of the White House at night and stuff. Like, not true. I'm just saying, like that's what one of the things that they were pushing on the other side.
Yeah. No, I remember that the whole hair sniffing thing and then cuz they were convinced that he was a pedophile and
They were
um
every accusation is a confession.
well, absolutely. They I mean and to their credit, why would you change the play if it was working every goddamn time? Because every time they would make an accusation, it was a confession, and MAGA just now is figuring it out because it's biting them directly in the ass.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, but as far as yeah, with Joe, I, I always, I mean, I don't know about his relationship with his daughter. I have no idea, and I have no idea where that source was from. But it's just one of those where it makes you wonder as far as if it was an accusation or confession. I wonder where did that come from? Because I heard it was from a journal from of hers, but I don't know.
From what, and this is very vague, but what I remember from like Hunter did an interview,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even that long ago, but he was talking about how that was literally a trauma journal, and like that's what she was supposed to be doing is like pulling down fears, and it was
Oh,
stolen. So it wasn't even like a
I do
journal of like,
remember
hey,
that.
I'm 8 years old and this is the thing that I remember. It's a trauma journal. So like a lot of those traumas, like it could have been this happened and then like this is like the dreams that I had or like whatever. Like it could be anything.
Right.
Um, I mean, I don't know. It's complicated, and I'm not saying when I picture Joe, not that Joe's not the same person he was, whatever, but like I think about him when him and Brock were like running down the hallway.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like he was still much more spry back then, so like that's where I went with that. And I was thinking of all the other ones being way older, and then Clinton, absolutely not. But I mean, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get a younger one in, and it won't be a question.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like it's time to not have a man in the White House. But yeah, I just found it interesting that the one that was yeah, I know. That was universally or somebody that's not that's of a, you know, that's an LGBT, as Carol would say.
yeah, I mean, I would honestly pick a minority, any minority group.
Pretty
Like,
much
how do we live in a
marginalized.
yeah, like how do we live in a country where sorry,
You
my kid just
know?
came home, so my dog's gonna go crazy.
You
How do we live in a
know?
country where the rich white people who have always been at the top, and men specifically,
Right.
cisgender men, are at the top of the level, and they're gonna make the rules for everyone below them when they don't know what it's like to struggle? It should literally be the bottom. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying this is like they're the bottom in a negative way, but like the people who have overcome and who are constantly overcoming the most everything that happens in their life, it should be black females at the top. because they're
Yep.
the ones who have to overcome racism, sexism, all that other stuff. If they, I said, if they grew up in a single family household, or if they're a mother themselves, throw them right in there. Like, you check all the boxes of all the like all the minority problems that we have, and you see all the bullshit. Like, you're
Yeah.
never gonna pass something that hurts people. And I'm not trying to say, and I don't want it to be taken out of context where I think they're the lowest of the low. That's not what I mean. As people, as human beings, they're not low. They're just on the bottom of the U.S. economic food chain, so to speak.
Right.
And if they can, I mean, you ever ask a single mom to like figure out a financial situation for you? Like, they will be able to 100% figure out how to balance all the budget, do everything they have to do. They will like they, it's like becomes part of their system to a
Right.
certain extent. Put them at the top. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't
I
make sense.
mean, I feel like anybody in a marginalized group of any sort is going to have dealt with the circumstances to be able to make the best decisions possible for the most benefit to the most people instead of just the rich, because that seems to be the only people that benefit in our
Right.
system. And yeah, I mean, that just is basically a giant old man pissing contest is really what that is, or dick measuring contest, however you
Right.
want, whatever your
Like, just
purview is.
don't
But
measure them up against Arnold Palmer. Jesus
good,
Christ.
good lord. Well, and I think the other thing that I remember hearing about Don, a certain mustached man from Germany, and there's some other leader that this was applicable to, is unfortunately
Um,
something that I know too well. But so there are certain intersexing conditions, getting back to that, that cause a really, really negative side effect in men, and that is the whole micro
micropene.
penis. That seems to be the underlying thing. I'm not even being funny. It might come
No.
down to if it's a dude, it's got to be a dude with a schlong. I don't know. Because
I
if
mean,
we
we're not
have
gonna
the tiny,
measure per se.
I mean, we don't need to measure, but perhaps measurements need to
It
be
should be
taken.
documented.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going like, we don't have
Because
to like measure it with our hands and rulers and
you
shit, but
gotta,
like, can we get medical documentation stating
exactly.
that it's of average length and girth, please?
Uh, if not, right. Because, I mean, you can't tell me that Barack's swagger didn't come from a certain component.
Situationship.
Right. So, it's one of those things that it's like
I mean,
you kind of wonder. But
stereotypes happen for a reason or something like that, I
exactly.
think is the
But
saying.
yeah, the fact that they all have the same problem. What are the odds in
Yeah.
such a small amount of people? What are the odds?
You were looking for Napoleon for your other one, by the way.
That's it. Yep, it was Napoleon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it was another major league. I was like Mussolini. I don't think it's Mussolini. Could be, but
I don't know. I remember hearing Napoleon, but I mean, I
well,
went back to immediately
somebody
the Napoleon complex. But
somebody had there was some swatch of whatever from World War II that allegedly had the mustache man's blood on it, and then they found out that he had whatever syndrome it is that causes that particular affliction. So you gotta wonder, because I've heard that Don has the same affliction, that is that yeah, and I think too that might be why he hates the gender thing. He's fucking bitter. He's in the same boat as me, and he's fucking bitter about it.
I mean,
Would
it would
explain the
make
makeup.
sense. Yeah, well, yeah,
Would
and
explain
plus
the
the
tiny
well
part.
well, you're thinking about too, like
The hatred
yours
for
is
genders and gender
your
differences and
yours is
facts.
triggered by like, I mean, the endometriosis, all that other stuff, and everything else, but like the perimenopause and that start of like your
Yep.
genetic push in that direction, your hormonal push in that direction, like
Transition. Yeah, the hormonal transition that's happening. Yeah.
But for if you think about like, but that makes sense and it aligns with that perimenopause. Where is that time gap for men?
They
Like
just never
when's
develop completely sexually.
no, I just mean like that hormonal jump. Like you've got the women equivalent to like menopause and stuff. But we can all like know and look at old people and say like at some point in the old person world they're basically revert back to like I don't want to say ambiguous, but non-binary almost. Like they don't really old people from behind. You can't tell what they are, and I'm not trying to be mean, but like their hormone levels deplete, everything else. Like where's that hormonal male version of menopause?
It
And has he
starts
hit it?
it starts in your 40s and just declines over time.
And so if
Unless
he
you
was on
have it
test,
unless you're producing testosterone in a different structure. Like for me, it's going to be permanent. I permanently will make that much.
but I would say like with him at that
Yeah.
time, he could have been taking testosterone and
Mhm.
it not affect him because it was no big deal. But now that he's got a heart condition and he's in that CHF phase,
Yeah, but testosterone wouldn't necessarily affect that. In fact, usually we would. I've seen people taking testosterone in heart failure. You're thinking more the blood pressure stuff. Like testosterone, I mean, it'll most of the time they don't want to take it because they can't have. So basically, you're gonna be walking around pitching a 10 all day, but you're not going to be able to engage in the act to relieve that
but
pressure
he's
because,
narcissistic.
yeah, I don't know that
So
that
does
much.
that fuck with his like?
Oh no, I think the reason that he is narcissistic is because he is inadequate in certain aspects. The root cause of narcissism is not only do you have to have a genetic predisposition, but you have to be basically shamed consistently or put down or have like these developmental gaps that are missed. Basically, like you have a trauma and then the parent falls short of being able to fix that trauma, or, you know, basically it can be because they induce that trauma. It's a nature versus nurture situation, but there is a genetic component to it. Like it runs in my family. So like my grandfather was, my mom's a narcissist. Luckily, I don't think me or my brother are. But it's just one of those that there is a nurture part of it that a certain it's kind of like schizophrenia where they have to have A, B, or C happen in addition to having this gene. Same kind of thing with narcissism. But it does happen. Um, and I've actually worried about my own child. Just I don't want to do anything that's going to cause her to be a narcissist. What?
I'm sorry. The AI summary that just popped up says debating the significance of male physical features in leadership.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, but it
It's not
literally just
wrong.
popped up, and I
That's
caught it. Like,
that's why I was like, what did I say?
no,
No,
I'm sorry. It nothing to
no,
do
you're
with
fine.
that. Just caught me off
No,
guard. I
yeah,
was not expecting.
that would catch me off guard too. I'd be like, the fuck?
I wasn't
But
trying to.
no, you're fine. But it to me, it's one of those where, yeah, I mean, I think he felt inadequate his whole life. I think he got made fun of in his family because he was like the middle kid or whatever. Because he had like it was Freddie, and then there was like two sisters, and
Robert.
then Don, and Robert's younger. So like he was a middle child. He was overlooked. His mom got sick when he was at a developmental phase that he needed to have his mom, and wham bam, you got a narcissist, especially since Fred was his fucking mentor. Fred was a narcissist. It runs in families for a reason. The behavior is passed on.
Right. Oh, I
So,
guess I just meant that, like, even though he doesn't need it at this point in his life,
oh yeah, but no,
would he would still be taking it because of that narcissism?
I don't know about testosterone, but I would definitely say he's probably taking Viagra for that reason. It's just not testosterone. It's
I don't.
Viagra.
Yeah, I know. I can't imagine him thinking like in the world he lives in with all the things going on around him, and he's talking about the big beautiful men, knowing that he's got less testosterone than them makes me think.
Yeah.
I don't know, like just from his. I'm not saying like everyone, but him specifically in his
Yeah.
personality. I feel like he would be the one to brag around, but like I just had my T levels drawn and they're whatever it is, which is high for my age bracket or something. Like I could just see it happening. But
Yeah.
now that like if he's going through like you said, blood pressure with the heart problems and possibly the kidney problems, if he had sleep apnea, I'm trying to think of the other things that I know they trigger for. But the blood thickening is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The polycythemia. I'm just trying to like list of all the things. Like it literally could be he can't take it, so now he's like also feeling inadequate that way too, as a possibility. On
It
top
could
of his
be.
everything else. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Everything else
Well, and
trumps it anyway.
I feel like with the Epstein files, the fact that that we now know why he is incontinent was probably the more embarrassing thing than anything else.
But does he know we know we know? Like that Friends episode. Did they know we know they know we know?
I think
Because
Stephen
he
Miller and JD know that we know, but have they told Don that? I don't know.
yeah, like I think that his yes men circle, I don't think they're gonna tell him.
That's not a yes man circle. That's a circle jerk at this point.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at
That's
all.
I think we've graduated at this point to full on circle jerk. Yeah.
And that would make his little heart happy. Let's be
Exactly.
honest.
Cuz it's giving Make-A-Wish kid vibes. The whole
It really
like the UFC fight on the lawn,
that's the worst make a wish. Like
all
God.
all of his favorite rock stars cuz I'm surprised. I am gobsmacked. And maybe it's because the T Pussy event didn't go so well for Bob there, Kid Rock. Part of me is I'm surprised that Kid Rock hasn't decided to just come out of retirement or whatever to
Yeah,
bail his
okay, I
buddy
think
Don
because they
out.
had that conversation of, bro, none of your songs are appropriate for this. We're trying to give Christian nationalism, not white trash heart attacks with STDs. Like,
Vanilla Ice is the only one.
yeah, but like Vanilla Ice song like
All right,
"Blame
stop.
It on the Brain."
Collaborate and listen.
Yeah, okay, Milli Vanilli was "Blame It on the Rain." Yeah, but I mean, none of those songs
Yeah.
were like
Vanilla
Kid Rock's
Ice
one
has
song.
one song. One song.
I mean, they might have more. I don't know. I haven't heard them sing it. So it doesn't matter.
He's a contractor for F's sake. Like,
Well,
for fuck's sake, the man just builds houses now. He's not singing shit. Like,
right.
yeah. Plus, he's old. What? He's older than we are. He's got to be pushing 60. Like, Jesus. That's gonna go. That's gonna be an interesting concert.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like any. Are there any
I bet you it's gonna
celebrities?
be the military that's gonna end up having to play. By
Oh
the way,
man, they're gonna.
yeah, it'll be the
You know
army
what?
band.
At this point, fuck it. Just put on Ave Maria on the loudspeaker and let him sway like he do. Like he do that at one of his
It'll be
like.
that, or what would be the most chef's kiss? Like completely diluted, no idea what's happening moment would be if they play "Can You Hear the People Sing" like he did at the inauguration.
I mean, we could go back to the whole idea that everything is hackable and speakers are on the internet. Dear friends in the
Oh.
DC area.
Hmm. Who can hack into the White House Bluetooth? Because
I mean,
that
you
shit
know
is
that
not
like the
guarded.
password is gonna be 123. That's the same
Oval.
password as my luggage.
Yeah.
Come on, Spaceballs, you know the reference.
It's gonna be something, or it'll be if it has an extra like a 4-prong, it'll be 1600.
It'll be Trump 1776.
Yeah, it'll be 1776. That would be it. But I just, like I said, I'm just surprised that, that his best buddy, um, Kid Rock, isn't playing for that, for his birthday wrestling match. Yeah, because, like, I want to say in one of the group chats, somebody was like, why is there a UFC ring? And I was like, that's because Peepaw wanted to have his birthday there this year. And
It's still so bizarre for me. You know what I'm like? And I mean,
yep,
I know I get it in theory, but in practice, like,
fucking
that's
wild.
okay. Like, I know that I have like my little kid things or like things that I really like or all those things in general. And
Yeah.
I'm like, so like I've got like my Stanley poster right here. You can't see him, and I've got like Marvel things, and I've got dinosaur stuff. I've got dinosaur tattoos, and I got like Buddy and Woods, and like Buzz and Woody over here from Toy Story. But like wrestling, I never thought it was straight. Like I don't know. It's just
UFC does seem kind of like more like hardcore.
it still to me gives off like
It's giving, yeah,
it's just
it's,
it's just the man version of a soap opera.
yeah, yeah. Well, not UFC. No, UFC is actual fighting. That's the one that they actually like throw down and like beat the hell out of each other.
But it's still scripted.
I don't think it is. I don't think
Are you sh-
UFC is. Yeah,
are you
no, it's not. It's the actual mixed martial arts. That's why I'm like, I don't.
okay? All
But
right, then maybe not.
I mean, I could
It.
be wrong, but I don't think it is. I think it's.
I
I
mean,
think you're thinking WWE, and that's a whole. Yeah,
yeah, I
that's a
am. I
mess.
was just thinking, like the only time I could watch like the sports stuff like that variety.
Mm.
Well, and let's go on and not admit that this is 100% gay, but American Gladiator back in the day was hilarious
Yes,
and
I
fun.
used to watch that too. Yeah, I'm.
But if not, then it's gonna American Ninja Warrior. Like I love that
Yeah,
show, but
yeah,
that's more of like, damn, I can't even hold on like the rope for like 2 seconds, and you just did
yeah.
some like crazy shit that is like that's not even normal for anybody. It's
Hmm. Yeah, like their grip strength alone, there's no way. Because
yeah,
half of that is just holding on to like a ledge, and I'm like, no, there's absolutely no way I could ever do that.
yeah, that show is wicked. I like um I don't know. I watched it a lot with the boys when they were younger.
Hmm.
We had a lot of fun with it, to be honest. But I don't know. I never got into like any of that other beating the shit out of each other stuff. I mean, I watched like ninja movies and stuff growing up.
Hmm.
Like I can't pretend like I haven't watched like Karate Kid and shit, or I didn't watch like Three Ninjas, if you're familiar.
Hmm.
Me and 10 other people in the U.S. Oh, you did watch that too?
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
We loved that movie.
Yeah, me and my brother did too.
Um, yeah, like that stuff. But and what is it? What are the other ones? I'm trying to think of. Um, Karate Kid and all that shit. But like,
Hmm.
it wasn't.
Poor thing.
I don't want to say it wasn't real because that wasn't like that's not doesn't sound right. But it wasn't like not in the same way. I guess it wasn't real.
Right.
I don't know. I never really like got into the whole like let's watch people kill each other for sport. Maybe that's just my
Mm. Hmm.
weird moral compass thing. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just feel like I kind of feel like I feel like that's what it is with Don though. That's why he's so into like you cannot have an because if you think about it, what's with who is the ex like if you because there was gender male, female, and X. What was the X doing to hurt anybody? Like why did we have to like first thing get rid of the X? Like unless you would have I have fit into that category, and you were fucking pissed about it.
Yeah, I mean that's
I mean, why gun for just that? You know what I mean? Because he didn't outlaw transitioning. He didn't outlaw that. I mean, he could get to that, but you know what I mean. But he went
I just
right for that gender marker. Why? Unless you were intersex and you were pissed off about it because you had a tiny dick.
you're not wrong. I mean that makes perfect logical sense. I just one, I'm struggling to with the idea of thinking about his wiener for this long, but two,
Yeah, it's not comfortable for me either. Okay.
um, but I guess for two, I wasn't 100% sure if that attack came from him specifically, or as like the Heritage Foundation's marginalized group, and like my theory of that, like that hierarchy, males are at the top,
Yeah.
females are below them.
Well, yeah. I
And
mean,
if a male becomes a female, like, why would you want to lower yourself to a lower level? And the other version, you can't escalate up to be a man. You'll never be a man. So like
well,
that whole
science might
mental,
have a different way of feeling about that, but
right? Because they
because
don't
yeah,
even consider you in that process at all,
no,
90%
because
of the time.
technically it all depends on. Because eventually I'm gonna look male. That's gonna happen. So I
Right.
mean, yeah. So at some point, I mean, it's already happened. Like it's already started. Like I already have to shave every day and like do stuff like that. Like it's just one of those things that it's like it's gonna eventually. So at that point when I'm rocking a full beard, do I go into the women's bathroom or the men's bathroom? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like,
Again, back to the why are we having group potty trips as adults? It gets weird for me. I don't know.
well, I mean, yeah. But at some point, it's like for me, the scary part is what? Where's the magic line where I need to start going into the opposite bathroom? Like, how does one judge that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like do you purposely walk into like a weird place you've never been before to like start going like, do you think I should go into this bathroom or this one?
Honestly, I try to
Like
just avoid the bathroom in public anymore because
well,
this
right.
is
That's
rough enough.
I hate to say that this way, but that's the first most logical step is just to do everything you can to avoid it. But and I'm not saying that to be mean, but like that's where you would be.
Yeah.
But like emergencies happen.
Hmm.
Like and you can't always find a non-specific or a family bathroom to use. So like
Right. So,
at
like
what
for
point
right
are you like
I right now the way I'm judging it is when I start to be actually addressed as sir, which is happening more frequently now. Um that's when cuz and it's literally like the weird thing about this about what's going on with me is that my muscle mass is increasing. Like I can now flex my boobs, which is not normal for I couldn't do that when I was completely female. Like, when my hormones were completely female. So clearly the muscle part is filling in, like even like this is starting to have some sort of definite, like I'm starting to actually get lose the outer fat layer, and I've been colder, which is why I'm always in a sweatshirt or something too, which is kind of weird, by the way. How that works. How like women have the outer fat layer and men don't, for to an extent. I mean, not all,
no
but
no 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 I'm not disagreeing with the science
yeah,
there.
it's just
I was just
weird.
mentally thinking like but be careful because summer comes in hot and it's like an instant. So like
Yeah.
you're gonna be cold now where that it's literally that weird transition period between seasons. I'm in a sweatshirt because I'm in the basement and for whatever reason the AC is blowing from the vent and it
Yeah.
hits like literally hits me like where I'm sitting in a weird
Yeah,
way.
the vent for
But
this room is right here, so it hits me instantly. That's why I have like a blanket, or I always have a sweatshirt in here. But yeah,
but the amount of like in the summer it'll be like 100 times it's like immediately, and not and in the neurotypical world or neurodivergent world anyway, we struggle with temperature moderations, or like
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
gets worse when the testosterone gets higher.
Fuck.
It gets
That's not
worse. You
good.
get hotter faster, and then when you're cold, you're fucked. And then when you're hot fucked, and it's worse.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. I was hoping it would be better, but
I'm sorry.
it's okay. But like I said, it's weird because like I can flex my boobs now. I have pecs
Science
now.
doesn't have a different view.
What?
To look and to be are different things. Terry,
Oh, I can't even see comments in mine, but I dragged
uh,
the thing over.
it's
Which
Terry.
chat?
I think Terry, it's the I think it's like our personal chat. Um, I think Terry was
Oh,
being
there it
because we were
is.
talking about um
Oh,
the
yeah, I
body
didn't
fat
see
layers.
any. Yeah,
It's live. Yeah, we are live. I'm
I
confused. I'm sorry.
cannot. No, I just can't see any comments. So I don't know.
Yeah, Terry's coming up.
Which one on the Liberty one or the unconsenting page?
The unconsenting.
Okay.
And well, you and me, the computer page.
Okay.
So you might
Absolutely.
have to like add a thing for it on your
I thought I did. I thought I had the
OBS.
comment. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's probably where it is. Whoops. Because, yeah, I have like where people are joining, but I don't have any comments in here, which I do now think is kind of weird.
I think there's like a weird plugin you got to do for that with the TikTok for whatever reason.
Good to know. Yeah, then I have no ability to see the chat at all. And yeah, there probably is a setting or a plugin for that. So I
And
kind of thought
also
it was
TikTok
weird
decided.
that we didn't really have any comments, but that's okay. It's like,
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean there weren't like Tabby was talking in the beginning and then disappeared, and then Terry just joined. Like those are like
Oh,
in the last couple minutes, so it's not like
yeah, no, we're talking about outer fat layers because um, I'm starting to lose mine because, yeah, I have a genetic mutation. I found that out recently, so it's going to cause a whole lot of havoc for me. It already has. So it's I'm just more pissed that I passed it on to my kid. So, but hopefully she has a different phenotype. So that's. But all the more reason that I
and
need to call the genetics people and schedule that
and we don't
appointment.
know and we don't know what the as much as right. If we maintain the path that we're on today, I have lots of I have lots of sympathy for her. But if we go back to this almost status quo, if not better, and where we were with science, everything will be fine.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you worry when it's your kid, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, well, especially
I mean, you
since
worry
like,
about when your kid when they have a scratch.
yeah.
Like
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that the worst of it, like, okay, so from what I've understood, and like I asked DeepSeek. I don't use any AI I use China's AI. I'd rather them have the information anyway. It's safer.
I
Yeah, we'll
mean,
give it to
you're not
them.
wrong.
Plus, we can waste their water, not ours. Anyway, so I had asked it about the different like the different phenotypes between the two. So there's only one WNT4 phenotype that transitions, like, basically against the will of the person. Like, I have no say in this. I'm going to transition either way. As soon as my estrogen starts to drop, I make testosterone and I make estrogen. This is, I just all recently found out. It's been a really great fucking year. Anyway, because I found this out over the course of this year. Um, So my estrogen's starting to fall because I'm going through menopause, and unfortunately, the testosterone, because it's being made somewhere in my body by some structure in my reproductive system, is going to stay high. So therefore, I will transition whether I'm okay with that or not. The downside is, and because everybody's like, oh, you could just block the testosterone. Yeah, I can't because I have stage 4 endo, and the only thing that feeds endo is estrogen. So uh, I could risk more organ damage, or I could just become a dude. And honestly, the dude option is actually sounding better. Nobody wants to be in this position, but fuck it, I don't want to die. I want to see my kid graduate from high school and get married and all that stuff. So it's amazing
Yeah,
what you'll do when you got a little one that you want to see what they become.
and it's not like
So yeah, mine is a really weird instance that is very, very unique to just the phenotype of the disorder that I have. It does happen in a couple other situations like CAIS, which is incomplete androgen or complete androgen insufficiency syndrome. It does happen then, and it's usually the reverse. So there's a couple creators on here that have CAIS, which is when they were born with the karyotype male, but they appear very female because their body cannot process testosterone at all. So for me, it's kind of the exact opposite. But they didn't transition; they were just born with a mismatching karyotype. With me, I'm gonna transition whether I'm okay with that or not. It's just more gradual, or if I end up on blockers, then it'll happen quicker.
I guess it's just no,
But
I don't
mine's the
know.
only phenotype that happens. So this is incredibly rare. There's only a couple hundred people that have had to do this and that we know of in recorded
You
history.
you just make sure like have that conversation with when you're a parent. Like when I say I want you to be one in a million, what I mean specifically is not genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. It
It's
is what
like
it
one of
is.
those. I mean, not sucks like this for you. It just I feel bad about the endo portion of it. You
Yeah.
know, like
Because
that's the part that
I'm kind of pushed between a rock and a hard place.
yeah,
Yeah, because I
and
think
they
it's
don't
in my
really,
kidneys. So yeah, I can't fuck
and
around.
I don't. They haven't really done enough, and women in general. Let's be honest, like they haven't done uterus bearing people in general. They haven't done enough research on endo in general.
No, and the thing that people don't, the phenotype is, that's a great question. Let me see if I can find out what it is. Um, I think it's just it's, oh, I said it on it. It's like blah, it's something louder. It's like Bloss and Louder syndrome, and it's a phenotype. There's four phenotypes or two phenotypes, and one results in somebody having to basically you start off female and then you end up transitioning over time. It's it can be subtle, but in my case, there's because I make both hormones and I have stage 4 DIE, which is deep infiltrating endometriosis. Basically, it's already in my bowel. I have a colostomy from it. It's in my kidneys because my creatine levels is fucking high. So basically, estrogen feeds endometriosis. With me having such an advanced case, I'm probably gonna have to become a dude. In a way, like I'm probably just gonna accelerate the transition that's already gonna happen. I cannot stop the transition from happening. Let me just say it that way. Because there's no biological method that I could use to stop it without harming myself in another way. So that part does suck, but at the same time, I want to see my child grow up and I want to see her graduate from high school and get married and stuff. I want to be, and I do identify as her mom, regardless of what I look like, which is going to get awkward as time goes on. It already has become a little awkward because I do look, I think, more male the last few years because my body's changing. If you look at pictures of me, I feel like I do at least.
You can see it in your face.
Yeah, I know.
Just from like if you go back in TikToks and stuff, even from like not that far back when you first started with the alopecia.
Hmm. Oh, I know. Like, it's changed. It's changed a lot. So, and just as soon as I feel like the levels are going down because like menopause for me is already happening. Like things are cycles are getting longer, spread out. So, but yeah, I mean
It's
it's a weird predicament, but it's also a very unique life and a very unique. It's just unfortunately, un, I chose to apparently reincarnate now, so not my best work. Would have been better just to
choices
do
were
it
made.
right, not maybe now. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't give her back for the world anyway. So I mean, just
no,
have to
no, but I
timeline shifts aside.
right. Well, my whole thing is like I feel kind of passionate about how like we really do need to test for some of this stuff because had my parents had any idea, because like for me, okay, I guess we'll get a little extra vulnerable on live. But my mom was very intolerant of the fact that I was not girly at all. Because I made testosterone as a small child.
Um,
Because you have to
and
have some baseline sex hormone, whether you're male or female. And I made testosterone and was stereotypically female. So there was, you know, when I hit puberty, that changed, and I was making estrogen. So my preferences and things aligned more with female preferences. Well, now I find that things are shifting back because I make testosterone again. Like in other words, that balance is shifting again. So it's amazing in the sense that like you don't really understand what is nature, what's nurture until you meet somebody like me who has had I can literally be like I have a preference and I do prefer testosterone because you're not nearly as crazy. Can we just address that too?
I mean, you said it, so it's like not on
I
my
don't miss
record,
it. I
but
don't miss it.
but I mean, like,
You're
and not
calmer.
saying it's whatever, but like any hormonal fluctuations do have a deep impact on. I don't know, like I'm gonna say like your soul, but that's like not the right wording and phrasing, but like your life, your whole life.
Yeah.
Um,
Hormones run your
anytime
whole
that there's a
body.
yeah, like anytime that there's a big shift, it fucks with you, and it fucks with, and we know that it's linked to like ADHD symptoms. We know that it's linked to an ADHD. If you're an ADHD woman, that can lead to a PMDD. I
Yep.
had to make sure I got the letters right because I'm dyslexic and I usually do it backwards. Um,
Yeah, I miss whole like connecting words when I type. That's why I hate writing. But yeah,
um,
sorry.
no, you're fine. No, I just there are so many things that are amplified by hormones. So anytime you have to worry about going from, I wouldn't even say that it's like specifically estrogen makes you crazy. I think it's just that shift
Oh
in that
no, it made
like that.
me crazy.
Yeah,
That was a me
I mean,
thing. Yeah.
okay. I just wanted to like say it out loud that it's not necessarily like estrogen, not specific. A huge spike. Now, individuals can say their own specifics when they know that it's coming or whatever. That's fine. I just didn't want it to be out there that we're the ones out there saying like, "Hey, estrogen makes you crazy."
Oh
I
no no
just
no.
wanted to throw
It
that off
very
the
much
webpage in
no.
case someone looks at that
No no no
later.
no no. What I meant by that is for me, that experience, I felt very dysregulated and crazy. Pregnancy and then okay, so I pregnancy for me that first trimester, batshit, batshit. So to Josh, I kept the crazy at bay at work. I'm very proud of that, but but
Oh, it's
yeah.
almost worse when you bottle it up and take it home.
Oh, that poor man went through hell. Anyway, so yeah, it was for me, and that was rough. And then basically 2020. I remember having so many meltdowns and just crying constantly. And I have not since the balance has shifted for me. I have not had that. I have not. I also now don't cry nearly as easily as I used to, which I know is like a thing with testosterone.
And yes, it's not as easy, but there's also like a weird. You
By
can
the
push it
way,
into like, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just for the person who's asking about the phenotype, I don't know the name of the actual phenotype, but the gene that's affected is WNT4. So that's it. So anyway, go on. I was
No,
looking
no,
for
you're
that.
no, you're 100% fine. I wasn't trying to like steal your story and all that fun stuff. I was just trying to think of like, um, where was I? It's a good question. Um, I don't remember what I was saying of the phenotype. Oh, like hormones and is
Yeah. We were
that where
talking
we
about
were?
estrogen making people crazy. Well, I said that, but
Yeah, and I laughed that I didn't want to just say that like on our like we weren't saying it was specific to whatever. Oh, the you were talking about crying.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's almost like you compartmentalize it different so it doesn't happen. If that makes sense. It's not that you can't cry. It's just that like it
I
hits
thought,
your senses at a different time. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Like it's almost like it's not even that it's muted. It's just that like they just go in a different order than they used to go in.
I just feel like I'm calmer overall and more regulated. So I feel like I don't get to that point. Like if it's a threshold situation where with estrogen, I was always like kind of a little higher up on on like as a baseline. So like I would constantly kind of hit that like where I'd freak out eventually. Where with testosterone, I'm just overall like calmer. like so it's like stuff just doesn't bug me as bad. But I do feel like I'm more quick to be like, stop, like the dad snipe where it's like, stop, just get off the lawn, like that kind of
Bruh.
thing. Like I'm much more apt to do that than, so
That's
it's
it.
like
Like they
there's
just filter like
differences.
the emotions
Yeah.
just filter in a different order than what they did before.
Yeah, you're just more quick to just be like, shut up, like
Yeah.
versus
Yeah, I don't
versus
know
it
how
being
else
like
to
a thing. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. And even like
I'm over it
when I say it
quicker
out
too.
loud, it doesn't sound the same, right? But I don't have other word. Like it's just
Yeah,
that
there's not a really
as
great
a
way to
as English doesn't really
right.
fix it.
Well, there's just not a great way to describe that. Like, it's you're just more apt to just be like, just to just go yell at something in a way, or just kind of bark at it. I guess is a good way of saying it. Just to be like, ah, and then just get over it and be like, oh fuck it, I'm going in. Like, like I get it now. Versus
It's
like
that like
where when I was with estrogen, I was like I couldn't just let it go. Like it was like everything was kind of a bigger, more drawn out situation. Where now that's just not the case.
it depends. That's all.
Well, I can't
No,
see
we're
the
talking about.
comments.
No, no, it wasn't that. It was you're talking about like situations and like how people deal with them and stuff. And like right after your last sentence of like all the emotions and rage, my brother text message came up and he's going through some shit right now. So I was like, there's the emotional one, like
Yeah.
on point. Um,
Yikes.
he is a special category of humans too because he has the extra male chromosome.
Oh, he's XXY.
hmm So he has that like immediate rage on
Oh.
top of ADHD and the
Ooh.
that the what do they say oppositional defiance and
Mm-hmm.
so his teenage like late teenage up into like that 19 adulthood where I'm a man stage, but you don't really have anything to fucking show for it because you're
Mm-hmm.
still like, those were interesting years. Those were very interesting years. Those were throwing furniture years. And not like at people,
Oh
but
shit.
like you just get mad and like pick up a lawn chair in the yard, just like smash it. I'm like, bro, calm down. It's not that big a deal. But like he's starting to work through that now in his older years, but I think a lot of that like so like he's always he's always been dramatic in the way that things happen to him and it's not intentional,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like he's the only person I know that can like start falling over here and end up 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet over here in the opposite direction upside down with like a bucket on his head and no one saw a bucket in the transition of the fall. Just a very dramatic like TV style fall, but like every time. And
Right.
it's not intentional. He's just that it's that big head doesn't fit his body still, so he's got the dopey like same brother, so like that's a possibility. But he just I don't know, he just felt like that stuff. But like he hit his head the other day on well his fridge went out, and then he hit his head unloading his stuff from his fridge into our garage fridge, and he bumped his head. And historically, I picked like if that would have happened to him, he would have like tried to rip my fridge door off and like throw a whole fit because it was like so many stressors all at once. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that fucking sucks," and just moved on. And I was like, "What the fuck? Should I be scared now?" Because it was
Hmm.
so calm. It
Right.
almost felt like I was waiting for something worse to happen on the other side. But
Hmm.
that's a whole sidebar. He's an interesting like if people were to take my family and like do some serious psychological studies, they could make some cash. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, there you go.
We all live. I guess we all kind of feel that way sometimes, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine would definitely be an interesting case study, although my dad's not here anymore, but in just the effects of narcissistic personality and, you know, what happens when you go no contact, that whole bit. So, but at the same time, I mean, it's one of those where I'm kind of glad that my mom isn't really involved anymore because I'm sure she would be trying to be like, well, you don't need to do that. You can just, that kind of thing. God forbid
Yeah.
that she'd have to admit that I wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? So
Well, is it the it it reflects on me as your mother.
yeah, it's the reflection on her part. It always has been. Yeah, yeah. Like,
Like those exact words because I hear that all the time.
yep,
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's one of those where yeah, it was not. I think I think part of me hopes that if they had known that they may have made different choices, but at the same time, I also know how my mother is, and I don't know that she would have. So it's hard to say. But I mean,
Yeah.
I know that you said that your mom can't get things straight sometimes
Yeah.
with
Yeah. No,
who's
my
what and
mom's a
where.
whole. Yeah, she's a whole ball of wax with problems and everything also. So like I get it. And then there's that whole guilt. It
Mm-hmm.
reflects on me as a parent guilt and just things like that are very much like this isn't things that people control. Like if I didn't wear glasses, like my I wouldn't be able to see. Like we put
Right.
contacts in. Like like it's not like
Yeah.
I'm walking around like I rolled in shit and show up in public. Like there's like I
Yeah.
can mentally understand like that reflects on you as a parent thing when it's your kid. Like now that I'm a parent and but I think about things like do my kids look like we shop at like this, and they are wearing like clothes that are way too small and everything, and they shop at like they're already pre you know what I'm saying? Like there's just, do they look that, and not playing like to job interviews for like
Yeah,
school, like
yeah,
play whatever, or like if there's a situation where somebody's being bullied, is my kid the one standing up for them, or are they the ones bullying? Because like that's when I think of like reflection as a parent. Like, did I
yeah,
do a good job?
sure.
Not like the visible like, because you're different. Like it was like a core person, I guess.
Right.
And I still like mentally work with my, when I say the words or like things that are that mirror, I have to like stop myself because they're not with the same intention or meaning, but it still hits that trigger weird. Does that make sense? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's really complicated sometimes. Like, no, I'm not saying that. Um, my family, I guess, was just like my family has a big thing about like, but I do so much for you, but I've done like, that's one of the things we get a lot. Like, but like, look at all the things that I've done for you, and it's like when I say something like, well, like in that realm, and I'm like, no, I'm not looking at it as like a love transactionary situation. Like
Mm-hmm.
that situation that I said that in makes sense in this context. It's just the phrasing triggers that panic,
Mm-hmm.
which if you panic about it and you have those moments of panic, typically it means you're not, because when you are, you don't think about it. So I just have to remind myself when I say stuff. But it's just like hearing those pattern word phrase, like the pattern
Yeah.
of the words or the phrasing that makes my brain go, "Oh shit!" in
Yeah.
the in the worst way, in the weirdest times and situations and shit. And it's like, God, I don't want that.
Yeah. Like the one thing that I do try to not do is guilt the shit out of my child because I know that how that feels and I hate that. The other thing though that is side note kind of funny is that the old folks at work will try to do that to us and I have to remind them that I'm not related to you. Like we don't have that kind of relationship. I don't have that kind of history with you, so it's not going to work.
Right.
Like you're
Well, and
wasting your time.
I think a lot of them. So like Missy calls it Catholic guilt a lot
Yeah. It's probably
because
just
it's
the
kind of,
same kind of yeah.
and I know that there's a difference and stuff, but like some of the times you can feel it, like when people in public do it to you, and you're like, you don't even know me.
Mhm.
Like, why are you doing that? Like, or you you can't. I guess my example is like when old people kind of make it like real obvious that they should go in front of you in the line at the store,
Right.
and you're like, dude, we both only have like one thing. Like, I've been here for like 5 minutes. You just walked up behind me, but
Right.
because you're being an asshole about it behind me, I'm not gonna let you go ahead of me. If you were to just walk up and have been, and we're a pleasant human being, and like, I would have been like, go ahead. I do it all the time. But because you walked up behind me and threw your shit down like right next to me and like slammed your head, and we're like, no, fuck off.
Yeah. No,
We
for
both have the
sure.
same time at this point. Um,
Right.
but you can hear it in a lot of older people. Like that's just like their way, I think.
Yeah. I just think that that's part of the problem is that they are, that's what they're expecting you to drop everything and to feel that like their kids did and it's like, "Honey, I'm not related to you. I don't care."
Right.
But it's like, at the same time, like the worst is when like the family will take their guilt out on us. But, I mean, for me, as far as like my mom lives in a facility, so it's funny because like sometimes I do think about like how like I know how narrow her world is and then I feel bad for a hot second then I remember like oh no there's a reason that I don't talk to her anymore, and I need to not, because it, has done wonders for my mental health. But it's like, I do have transient moments where I still feel guilty, but at the same time, it's like I feel like if I were to continue to engage in a relationship with her, especially from here forward, as things for me progress, it's not going to be positive, because she's never going to accept that this is the case, and she's always going to think that I've done it, and that that I am doing it. She's going to make it about her, and it's not what I need. And it's going to be a
Hmm.
guilt trip about how I'm doing this to her, and blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
no. Like, guess what? Guess who doesn't want to go through this? Me. Like, but I can't really, it is what it is. And I don't need the extra guilt from somebody that has made the majority of my life hard and harder, because um, they were not willing to accept that clearly it wasn't a girl. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when you have
Well,
weekend boy clothes, that should have been a red flag.
I mean, I'm not an expert, but you would think.
I had weekend boy clothes, but hey, what do I know? But yeah.
I just live in this place where it's like, let your kids be as long as they're not being assholes.
Well,
But
and like,
whatever.
my whole thing too is like, even with my own kid, me knowing is huge, because if she starts to say or feel certain things, there is a genetic biological reason for this. You know, just I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really a hard situation too when we, our generation, the Xennials group, are in the rock and a hard place because we're trying to overcome our trauma while
Mm-hmm.
raising our kids and not passing along the trauma to them and babysitting our parents, and we're trying to cut them off and trying to figure out what's the right thing to do without experiencing any guilt through it all. It's very much like,
Well,
and the
and
existential crisis that is our
and
world.
save our country, yeah, or try to
Yeah,
save whatever's left of our country after the boomers are done with it.
there was a
Yeah.
panel on, I just saw a video of, like, I think it was like this week, where it was like the boomers versus the millennials, and they were talking about stuff, and they were all like, we're not even talking, and one of the kids was like, we're not even talking about the obvious problem that you think you should pass the baton to us, but there's a whole generation missing in this whole fucking conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Gen X
yeah,
exists. Yeah.
but yeah, there's a, yeah, it's gonna be interesting no matter what happens. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's gonna light that X rage. It's gonna be left to the millennials
I think
and
unfortunately it's
Z.
going to
I
be
don't
left to
know.
us, because I feel like there might still be some Gen Xers sprinkled in there, but I think it's going to pass to us, because we're the more, I think we're just jumping on the ball faster.
Well, and I don't even like. I'm not arguing that it's not going to be us, but how we have the cusp this way, that's Zennials. It's like from like 80 to whatever. I
Mhm.
still think there's like another group in the opposite direction too, almost like take 75 to wherever, and like we're a group of people that are all going to do this and start the fire. I guess to say we may not be the ones to end it, but we're gonna start it.
Yeah. Well, and I think elder millennials and Gen X, yeah, we know what our role is, but I think after in the rebuilding, that'll be where a lot of it'll be millennial movement type of stuff. And Gen Z to a degree, but I fear that, like we had touched on, that Gen Z not going to college is gonna cause massive problems in the future, because I think that they are becoming more boomer-esque because of that, because they didn't have that exposure at the age, at that critical age gap. Honestly, I think college might just be a better, we might get more traditionally liberal people, just not even the actual education component, just exposing them to different cultures at a certain age will do it. That's all you really need. That's it.
Right.
Because think about
No.
our high school experience and how much different it was then. Like somebody posted a video that somebody took in the early 2000s, so it was around the time we were all in high school, and how much different the vibe was. So but
Hmm.
pre 9/11, and how people were respectful of each other, even down to orientation. And well, there probably wasn't any trans people that were completely out of the closet yet, but gay people were making strides, and race wasn't really an issue. And that was all before that fat ass came down that fucking escalator
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
divided us wholeheartedly, completely, and just destroyed our country, basically.
Yes. And but to take the sentence and phrase and go back to with the next gen not going to college, they're skipping over the fact that all like most of us millennials went to college, so they're jumping into not only just the mental but like the work environment, but they're
Yeah.
jumping right into those mentality of those people are their mentors.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be so we just hope and we did enough as older siblings and as parents and things to make a difference. And I don't know, it's really weird. It's hard to tell right now because mine are at that weird age where they're like a grown but not grown, you know what I mean? So like you can't tell if they're just being like, he said, like not like locker room talk like he said, but when they joke around with their friends and they're like, well, you're just a hoe or whatever they say to each other, and like where that line is. And I will yell at them when they're on the phone. Not talking to a girl, they're talking to their buddy, but
Right.
like where that line is. And like I yell at him all the time, but like I can't be in his back pocket 24/7. And how much
Yeah.
of that language is in the community all the time now?
Well, I think it's kind of like the situation is more, like there's a cutoff where like kids stop listening to their parents and start listening to their peers. Well, I think like okay, so it shifts to a certain extent at like I forget what age it was. It's like 8 or 9 or something like that, and then it shifts again. I think in your teens, but I think it actually shifts for a third time in your young adulthood, where your friends become your family. It's like the friends years where you have friendsgivings and you kind of divorce yourself from your parents and your family a little bit, and you kind of spread your wings. Kids nowadays, because of housing, because of college costs, because they can't just move out of their parents' house at 18, are missing this entire third like exposure to their peers. Like they are missing the friendsgiving segment of life. And that's still a crucial phase. You still have to
Hmm.
learn critical thinking skills. You still have to learn problem solving skills. You have to learn how to function as an adult person without your parents. And these children
Well,
are not learning that because they're not able to get out.
and
It's not their
think
fault.
about like college and like dorm life, and then like even
Yeah.
like a younger adult life when you live with people.
Somebody's
I don't
requesting to join. Should we let them?
I don't know who it is. Yeah, let him out. I
I
don't
will
care. Who is it?
howl. I don't know. Oh, it's gone now.
No. Um. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
Like.
it's something about and salutations. Something about extraterrestrial scout probe. So that's fun.
Yeah, maybe not that one. Um. I just.
Greetings.
Just thinking like. How was I say? Like. Those early 20s and like 21. Those years. Those troubled years. Like. The ones where you start drinking way too much before you're supposed to, and all that stupid stuff that happens. Like I lived in a one bedroom. It was basically a loft above a garage with like five other people.
Hmm.
Like it was almost what would be considered like un
Oh yeah, no.
like
You
like
have
like
to live in something that is
like
akin to a cardboard box. Yes, that's a
yeah, it
requirement.
was
Yeah.
like almost squalor. Like it
Yeah.
was bad. for one, my buddy Doug for his birthday, like it wasn't even 21 yet. He might have been like 19. We filled super soakers with food coloring and like just woke him up and was like blasting them, and then like we had like a water balloon fight and shit outside, and like a couple of my friends were throwing up crazy that night, and they threw up in like my crock pot. I had to throw it away. Like just the years of
Ugh.
fun, right? Like
Yeah.
I threw it away.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't gonna
still,
use
it's
it
ugh.
again. Again, we were above a garage, so it wasn't like they could just go over to like
Right.
outside.
Right.
There was a bunch of stairs. They
Right.
grabbed the closest thing they could. Um, but I mean, like they're just gonna miss all that stuff because they can't afford to move out in troves like we did, and like
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn about like your friends, not when and you should and shouldn't trust your friends, but situations you should and shouldn't trust your friends in. You know what I mean? Like money is a
Mm-hmm.
big thing. That's hard. It's hard when you're married. It's hard when whatever. Splitting bills is hard. Learning how to and when to say no to things so that you can pay your bills is hard. Like they're missing all of that. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and that's where I feel like they're going to become more conservative because they're going to have that whole, well, I pulled myself up by my fucking bootstrap, that whole shit. Same shit that our parents said. Like, and it's like, okay, whatever.
Whatever your bootstraps. My
Yeah.
grandparents gave you money. I know they did. They told me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I feel like even if we don't send them to college, they need to have that time. They need to have the ability to. They need to live on their own and something that's akin to a cardboard box. Even if I'm building a shed out back where my kid's gonna grow up or live, that's her house now. Like she needs to be out of mine because she needs to
Well,
develop those skills. It's
it's
the only
funny
way to
because
do it.
we talked about that when we moved into this house. Is I was going to build an apartment above the garage, like a full
Mm-hmm.
finished, but it was like a 2 bedroom apartment above the garage, and make the garage bigger and all that shit, just so they have a place to go
Yeah.
because they're not going to be able to afford.
Right.
But that way you're not in my house. So like, come home at 3 in the morning. I don't give a shit because you won't be coming through the door. You'll be going to your own place.
Right.
Um, just that mentality too. And then like when our friends' kids, we've got when our friends' kids are old enough to be at that stage too, like go move in the loft. I don't give a fuck. Um, at least there's a place. I know you're gonna be safe, kind of thing mentally. But I mean, I don't know if they're ever gonna find a place anymore. And my garage is not worthy of an addition. I'll have to tear the whole damn thing down and build again. And we've got lumber shortages in the whole 9 yards, so that's no longer gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Like we wanted to buy a RV and drive our, go on vacations and shit. Like we would have. The sad thing is, like when we bought our house, like we were on track to actually like have a significant amount of it paid off and everything, but then the cost of living just. I mean, you just don't have the money to withstand the roller coaster that is this economy. I mean, it's just like in every way, every conceivable way, they're like, how can we make this the most expensive fucking economy in the entire history of America? Like, how can we make it the most expensive time to be here? I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
make it one worse.
It's
Every
seriously like and then, the thing that kills me though are like the MAGA people who were like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And you're like, motherfucker, I just paid $5 and some change for gas. What the fuck do you mean it's fine?
yeah, like this is what we voted for. I'm like, oh my god, you did not vote.
Mm,
You were whining about fucking eggs like 2 months ago. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah. Oh, I know. It's amazing how quiet they are about gas prices. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me right now?
There was a bunch of them that got mad. Somebody went around like
With the
the
stickers
Costco
and.
by my house and did the I did that stickers, and
Hmm.
some ass like he was like walking around trying to tear them off. It made me laugh my ass off.
I mean, it's just.
Do you?
Hmm?
It just makes me laugh. Like
Oh, yeah.
denial.
I,
It's
I
not just a
mean,
river.
no, I see. Well, and the fucked up part is like I saw nothing but Biden stickers galore. back when he was in office, and now do I see a Biden sticker? Fuck no. I mean, now do I see a Trump sticker? Fuck no. They take that shit off
Oh,
immediately.
oh yeah, they do tear it off immediately. That's because they're butthurt assholes
Mm-hmm.
about everything. Sorry, like this escalated in my head out loud, but like
They
it's
are.
immediate. Like they call us snowflakes, but it's like everything is like, oh my god. Like,
Like he's gonna fix it, guys. No, he's not.
you know,
He's a fucking moron with a
he's
room
playing
temperature IQ.
70 chess. Spell chess.
Right. Like you
Fuck.
do realize that chess. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me he's an astrophysicist too.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
I don't know, but I do wonder why they're running. It is something about to happen. That's the other thing too. Part of me isn't wondering, like with the environment and the temperature this summer, if something isn't popping off and we don't know.
I was gonna bring this up earlier and I forgot, but like I just saw a thing that um his daughter and Jared are buying an island and they're building their house. So like dumpy pants. So
Yeah,
Ivanka and Jared, they're buying an island and they're building like off of Maui. I want to say I could be wrong there. I thought they said Maui. Um, yeah, they like were on a canoe or whatever, like
what is
wherever they
gonna
were. They had to
happen?
swim to get onto the island, and they looked around and they claimed it as their own.
They have to know something we don't. I'm not trying to be funny at this point. They have to know something we don't. Like, are we due? I mean, I know we're overdue for like the Pacific Ring, mother of all volcanoes. But part of me is wondering, is there something that is going to happen on the mainland that they know about and that they're not saying anything about? Because why is everybody fleeing the mainland United States
I mean,
or setting themselves up
part
to flee? It's a better way of saying that.
part of me thinks that they are bringing up things and some of the like science things as like a mirage. Like make people panic about that and they won't know that we're running for our safety or dear life because we're about to get busted for other shit over here. Like if they're off
By
the
who though?
international coast, ICC, I don't know. But when all of us do something more than staying around with signs, I don't know. You could really play it either way. Um, it's hard to say. I would like to think that if there was a if there was a natural disaster headed in our area, like specifically, we may not know from our government, but you'd think that like we have other people in other countries that are they they're mad at us. They're mad at them. So they would say something to us. Scientific communities, things like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, unless their governments haven't told them either. But their government officials aren't running or setting the stage to run because that's really what it is. They aren't running yet, of course, but they're setting the stage. You can't tell me that Peter Thiel isn't scoping out Argentina. You know what I mean? Like they've already made the investment, so they're literally setting up rat lines right fucking now.
right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I get the vibe that I feel like something's going to pop off, whether it's the AMOC, whether it's the Super El Nino. Like, because why would you defund FEMA as well? I mean, yes, you wanted the money, but why would you defund FEMA unless you know something's about to happen or we're overdue for a whole bunch of shit? I don't know. I feel like there's more to that.
I don't know. Part of that is also money that they can siphon from those little things to themselves. So
True, it could just be a smash and grab, but it also, part of me isn't wondering like this is awfully coincidental. Just the series of events. Like first you defund this, okay, it's the smash and grab, but now you're setting the stage to flee. Could also still be the smash and grab, but could also be the fact that something's about to happen. Could
yeah,
it, and
I
it
mean,
could
and
be
I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. I 100% understand where you're coming from, and I would just need more information. Right now, the obvious glaring thing in front of me is they fucked up. And especially with things like Massey said he's going to release names and shit before he walks out the door.
I'll
You've
believe it
got
when I see it though. He hasn't done shit. But they haven't been in session, so
right, but that's what I mean. Like we've got a lot of things threatening us right now. He just pissed off BB by telling him no and to shut up and he's being stupid or whatever. Like he's turning on everybody. So like it may not be an us thing that has to worry. It might be them. Like we don't know what's.
well, the other thing is he wants to make our army and the IDF just a whole party of one.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to dig
Mhm.
into because it's bad.
What's up with that? But I'm starting to get tired and I know we have another conversation that we need to have, so I don't
Yeah,
know if
no,
you
I
want
get you.
to hop
No, we'll
off of
definitely.
here. And
Yeah,
where do you
well,
want me to meet you? Just phone or
yeah. I'll just call you.
okay. All right, that works. All right, everybody. Have a
Good luck
wonderful
out there.
evening.
Stay safe. Happy Pride.
Yep. Happy
And we'll see you
Pride.
next week.
Yep. And hopefully we'll have a little bit more to work with because there's it's weird. The last 2 weeks have been pretty not a ton, or the
Yeah,
timing hasn't been very good. Maybe it's just the timing.
yeah.
So
It's probably been the timing because it's always been after us.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get off the live. So have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys soon.
I see you guys. Bye.
Bye.